Allowed to give me shit for not paying attention to
Hmm?
something you said.
Oh, that's on me. That is on me. All right, welcome back to the Unfortunate Son session 30, take 2 of A Village Worth Fighting For. Last time we left off, the party having come off a 6-month hiatus as they began relaxing and kicking back after almost getting their butts kicked in the Destiny Lord's temple or tomb, a demon lord tomb that they had managed to discover and do a little bit of rooting around in, gaining a little bit of loot. Having spent their 6 months relaxing, the party had come back for the first time to get to know each other once more, with Kez kind of going about trying to figure out who was going to take over the church in the meantime while he was off adventuring. The party, though, having decided at that point that it would be more worth going into town to look into some spider hunting quests, as well as see if there was potentially any silk in the market for some items for Dom. After meeting not only their newest member of the party, the snake, that I do apologize, Ned, I forget the name of what you gave the snake.
Ice.
Nice, that's right. The party decided to head into town to first, before taking a look at the quest, take a look around the market for the silk. If not finding this spider silk, the plan, as they had decided, was to head off into the jungle and hunt these creatures instead. With the party heading into the market with no Kez around to really keep them company and keep them healthy, they found themselves instead meeting up with an individual named Utvel, a member of the clan of fire giants that Regan Utham was marrying into. Finding out that not only would soon Dom and this individual be relatives, but also that the party recognizing the black-bellied ships to be Blackbone Ogg's own personal crew, catching the party's attention. Though at the mention of a potential spider silk down beneath the belly of the ship, well, it didn't take much more convincing for them to find themselves down within the ship, dealing with this infernal creature. As the creature would end up biting at them and confirming to them that it had managed to eat the druid that made the cage. A little bit of coaxing at the help of Eider's paralysis effect, and some quick yanking and falling, managed to get a decent amount of flaming spider silk out of the creature, and into the party's hands, though some of it being paid to Utvel in exchange for the material itself. With that, the party deciding that it was not worth staying aboard this ship, headed off back after their own. Though, during a little stint before managing to convince the Inferno Spider, a little bit of involvement with Kaijin would be found, as the party would find themselves not only gifted Sen, who had been supposedly kidnapped, but Eider would find Bargis almost stupefied by this creature. No interest in getting involved and lacking any willingness to play any games, Ida would quickly avoid this individual, and managing to get Sen back underneath the ship, the part of the two would return back to the Blackbone Ogg ships, only to assist with the Inferno Spider from there. Though after the spider and the silk was gained, the party would find themselves heading back to the temple, with the decision to gather up Keznok, and head off in the pursuing of Dom's mission. However, during that downtime, of course, Kez, if you don't recall, I did send you a message for your vision. Did you see that already, or no? Just to make sure. Keznok.
Yes,
Okay.
I did
Perfect.
see the vision.
You're not going totally looking back on what that was right now, are you?
I am reviewing it for
Okay.
sure.
Alright, perfect. But with that, Kez, I want to make a note because I don't think I ever mentioned that did happen about a day before the night before last session when the party would have taken off. It's just for your own notes.
Gotcha.
As we return back to session, the day is the 22nd. It is the evening. The sun is low, or is blacked out in the sky as the heavy clouds overhead. A cold rain and ice kind of smacking down on the ground. It is the year 65,009. It is still the month of the Forgotten, October, and as you lot return, we find the party Eider, Domnander, and Ned, all heading or kind of entering into the church where Keznok, who's been busily working away all day looking through his followers for the best temporary replacement for while he is gone. As you three enter in, you see Kez kind of standing at the head of the temple, looking over a book of scriptures. A single woman, kind of covered in a black shroud, that's been sitting there for about a few hours, who had introduced herself as Rain and holding a holy symbol, just came in and sat and started quietly praying in the corner, Kez. But Eider, Ned, and Dom, as you open the doors to see Keznok kind of standing at the front of the temple and reading the scripture as he looks up, what would you all like to do?
Well, you found your replacement yet? We have errand of sorts.
Have I found a replacement?
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I found one.
Awesome. With Dom. Honestly, Dom, I feel weird speaking for you. You're literally right here.
Yeah,
by the way, why do I need a replacement? What's going on?
Oh, Kez, just to catch you up for your own knowledge, you were already informed by the party that they had interest and plans to go adventuring again, and as while you're away, someone has to watch over the church, take care of the daily chores, ensure that everything, that the daily prayers are being still handled and everyone is still coming and going.
Ah, sick.
So, in a sense, it's just someone who's taking your place to run things while you're away.
Yeah, like the region or whatever, know. Gotcha. All right, cool. Yeah, I've got somebody.
Sorry, Dom, didn't mean to cut you off, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was just like watching the interaction. We'll look at Kez and go, "You'll be happy to hear this. I discovered a village of oat cultists, up to no good, no doubt. But on top of this, there is also strong signs of undead hidden in the area. It might be tied to one of the quests on the board. It might not be, but regardless, seems bad to leave a bunch of cultists, presumably magic users, left alone with undead, especially given they're collecting an insane amount of papyrus and ink for what I can only assume to be spell scrolls or rituals or who knows what. So, we're going crusading today. And like, we'll pat his shoulder. I know it's your favorite activity.
I do not like fighting, Dom.
Then why did you start the Holy War? To me, that seems like you're very excited to fight, and I wanted to help give you opportunities to
Because
practice.
sometimes you have to do some things that you don't like, but it's what the right thing to do is.
I suppose that's fair. Well, I very much would like to fuck these people up, so to speak. Ideally, I'd like to capture one alive to question. If we can find Oat's location, we could put an end to this for real. But I do not know how many there are. I don't know if they're magic or if they're just the low-rank members, so we should tread with caution. Ideally, one alive. If it cannot be helped, we take them all out.
So it shall be done. All right,
Perfect.
I'll get armored up and packed up and ready to go.
Any spare holy water you have for the undead would likely be good. For the cultists themselves, just get your hammer ready.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I've got like 4. I've got 4 vials of holy water, another 2 liters.
I hold up my 5 clay jars of holy water. I
also have 4 still. We are so prepped.
I just like pull out like I don't think it's like a stretch to say I've powdered the 5 large bass or great swords of silver and just like hand it over to Kez.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you just say to me?
Oh, you remember the large great swords that we got from the tomb?
Yeah.
There's like 9 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've ground them down. You now have a sack of, I don't know, a fucking lot. Which is a 9. How much does a large great sword weigh? One sec.
Yeah, I'd like to know how many pounds of powdered silver I got.
Mhm.
That'd be pretty sick to know.
Let me see. I think they're like it was. What was the size of the sword?
You said it was large. Large is double for weapons.
Yeah. Give me a moment. I think it's like only 5 or 6 pounds. They are roughly
That's 16 pounds per sword.
Oh
Let's
shit.
see. Silver, it is. If it does it have a weight? Do they give weight for fucking what the fuck? Where's the listing?
Yeah, great sword is 8 pounds weight, and then doubled for large. It's on just like the weapons tab for the
Gotcha.
SRD.
Yeah. Alright, perfect. I don't know what handle, like, I don't think they'll list out the comparison to the handle for weight, but I assume at least half of that is the blade. So about 50% of what you're probably getting from the weapon is just the blade itself.
I don't want to do math, so tell me how much I got, Ader.
Should be 72 pounds.
Well, 72
Pounds of powdered silver.
pounds of powdered silver. Man, all the consecrate spells I could cast.
And you were giving
Yeah,
me so
you-
much shit for
that-
being quote unquote greedy in that temple.
Hey, listen.
I'll accept an apology now.
No. Me with my incredibly valuable Ella Ugbo statue.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
very big pride,
with
little pride
literally-
and joy behind him that he kind of looks at
Oh no,
admiringly.
it is not displayed because I've been told that's probably a foolish idea. But I kind of
Yes,
take a look
Dom
at
would
my
have
pouch and be
definitely
like,
I think Dom
Gotcha.
and Eider both looked at you like that thing is gonna get robbed in 0.5 seconds.
fine. But it stays on my body.
Yes, it could be your holy seal, your mark, but just goodness sake, don't display it openly.
As Kez kind of finishes putting on his armor, kind of like straps his backpack onto his back. As he kind of puts away his little holy symbol back into the bag of holding from the little wall safe he's got.
You gotta take my hammer and shield off display.
Mm-hmm.
Time to get to work.
As you take it off the wall, kind of setting them onto the hammer onto your belt, the shield onto your back, as you look on to the rest of the crew, fully dressed
Tie
and
my
ready.
hair tie my hair into a low ponytail because I have long hair. I've gotten really good at it.
As you all know, as you've seen the many art pieces in town of Kaz Nanak displayed in many unique poses, the love for the long hair has been a popular selling item for the church.
I should cut it off soon.
Probably donate it or sell it.
God, what do you think I'm gonna sell gamer girl bathwater?
I mean, holy cleric bathwater.
Look,
Cleric,
this is a curse.
cleric twink fire hair.
I was like, look, this is a curse or a blessing. It's up to you how to make it.
I
I
was
mean,
to
to
like
some
you.
people, it might be considered holy water at that point.
Oh.
As Kez is like saying something mid stops and just like gives a shiver.
Can I say Dom is completely clocked out of this conversation, is preparing the wolf and cart to go.
Yeah. As Dom kind of turns and heads out. Yeah, no worries.
I hate all of you. Let's get a move on.
Good to see you again too, bud. And then I'll just pat Kez on the shoulder.
Ned, you're tolerable.
I will say, Kez, as you look over, Ned now has a giant snake around his body that's just white scaled, with little bits of blue every once in a while. Hootie is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, what happened? You're a druid. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, Eider's also wearing a purple pimp suit.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Spider-Man's villain, the Kingpin?
Yes.
Imagine that suit, but purple, and imagine Eider to look almost exactly like that, but having a top hat and a monocle.
Eider, you look like you're about to open a brothel and tell somebody they owe you their money and their body.
Only if they belong to the Morin clan.
You should
I don't know
catch
if
him
I'd
up
say
about
that very
that.
loudly and then just kind of like looks around.
Why am I here?
Just to suffer.
Just as
Ned, as you look about, you do see the woman that's still got her head kind of shrouded as in this like black cloak that's kind of like leaning forward in a silent prayer, holding what looks to be Ella Ugbo's like symbol in her hands.
I detect evil on this woman.
I was gonna say, can I like? Does it look like they're actually praying?
Give me a knowledge religion.
No, I'll tell you what, they're listening in.
Can I sense motive instead?
Yeah, I'll take a sense motive.
They're like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't
Taking
know.
Dom's job.
Yeah, right? Well, it's because Dom's
Never
out
mind, I'm
talking
not
to the
good
dog. Ned tried. Ned, as you kind of look at them, kind of staring at them in surprise, like concern, worry for a second, as they're just kind of sitting there after hearing this, and Arquez say that the figure doesn't look to be at all moving or hostile. You just hear her muttering something lightly. The quiet sounds every once in a while of something about the mother, and then she continues to say a quiet prayer. But the holy symbol in her hands is the same one that's on the wall.
It's out to me, and I'll head out to go help Dom.
Give me a minute. I'm just double checking something for what does this do? Well, I've got bad news for you, Eider. As Ned
What?
turns to walk away, you are suddenly slightly frozen.
Huh?
By what?
The evil of this creature is quite strong.
Motherfucker!
You asked! Eider just kind of looks over at them as Ned kind of also staring, and Eider just seems to suddenly like freeze. And at this point, Kez and Ned, you've seen this enough to recognize when Eider's suddenly recognizing evil beyond his own capability.
Happened to me before too.
Yeah, as he looks over at the hooded figure.
Just gonna walk out faster.
You know, when I woke up today, I knew there's gonna be some kind of bullshit going on.
Ned walks out, kind of gets to the doors and lightly closes them behind him as he kind of catches up with on the outside of the church with Dom.
What's that, Ader? Timmy's stuck in the well? No way, you can't talk.
Ked's like lightly putting his hand on Eider's shoulder as he says this, I imagine. Looking down to him, looking over at the woman, like looking down. Oh, he was praying quietly.
You know, sometimes you gotta have fun before all hell breaks loose.
I just kind of like slowly look over it because it just like gestures like, so that's a problem.
I mean,
What do you know about this person?
is it a problem? They came in, they started worshiping Ella Ugbo. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're. I don't care if they're evil, as long as they ain't doing bad stuff right now in front of me.
Or just Eider's just fucking eyes bulge out of his head.
All right, you know, hold on. You know, Eider, just stay right there. I guess I'll go talk.
Starts walking down the aisles towards the pew. As you kind of come to the stop, she's continuously quietly murmuring some prayer.
Can I get a read on what kind of prayer she's saying?
Give me a listen check.
Sick. I was adding stuff to my inventory because I hadn't done that yet. View sheet.
I feel that pain.
Yeah, truly. It's something to behold. All right. A listen check. A check in which one listens. 19.
You hear, all life is sacred for the mother, all death should be respected in the mother's name, and for they are the shield of legacy that protects mother's beliefs.
You know, I'm just gonna sit here for a while until they finish. I'm not gonna interrupt their prayer. I'm not one to do that, especially since they're saying good stuff.
And you kind of sit there for a moment, kind of waiting. Eider just kind of looking at you, waiting to see your man do
What's their race? Do we know? Oh, but they're hooded, right?
Her body and height. Give me. I'll take a survival or a knowledge history.
Well, survival's my best bet. All right. Turns out I don't have a high intelligence.
You don't need to when you're
18.
saving people.
Yeah,
18.
right?
As you look her up and down, her features, she seems to be very like light and dainty. Though you can definitely notice a few like very clear signs of muscle and capability. She's also, as you kind of catch, carrying a weapon on her side that catches your attention slightly. But looking her up and down, the little pointed ears that seem to kind of push up under the hood, and the lightly bits of blue skin that come out. She could be a blue-skinned elf. She could be in some other foreign Fae. She could be in Genasi. There's a few races this could come down to, but pointed ears typically lead to more of an elven or Fae-like being.
Interesting.
With her face kind of shrouded and most of her head kind of shrouded, it's too hard to see to tell much from there.
All right, but I'll stand by, just waiting until she finishes her prayers because listen, she's saying good stuff. I know Eider's kind of locked her in as evil, but from what I know, there are creatures that are just inherently evil. But who knows? They also might have alignment shifting things on them.
She kind of seems to notice you sit down, seems to kind of slowly finish her prayer and quietly stop. She kind of comes to a silent pause for a few moments, and then lightly speaks in common and goes, "Can I help you?"
My friend is concerned about you, but I'm not one to push people away from worship of our deity. So I'm just curious about what brings you here.
I'm here waiting to cut off the beard of a small snowbeard. Oh, not that one. As she kind of like nudges her head towards Eider.
Yeah, maybe that's the vibe he was getting. Well, what did this Snowbeard do to deserve beard cutting?
He wronged me and let one of my best friends die when he had every chance to go and save him and then burn the body to make sure that they couldn't be recovered.
That is very dark indeed. Why would someone do that?
It's an the evil merchant. They're cold-hearted villains, nothing but demon spawn. I mean, those Ironheart bastards.
Oh, I think I've heard of them before. If I ever come across them, I'll do an investigation. I prefer not to let horrible things stand. Well, I hope you enjoy your time here. And I hope you have a pleasant rest of your... you said it was the sun was rising or the sun was setting?
It is evening, yeah, so it is late in the evening.
Have a good evening, and you are welcome here whenever you wish.
Good. I would have hated to have to leave and go back out into the streets. There's no telling how many others I would have killed.
Yeah, I'm glad I can help prevent that. If you need blankets, there are some down in the basement, as well as incredible amounts of coffee. This new thing that it's good stuff. You're welcome to have a couple cups in the mornings if you wish. I'll be heading out. I've left someone in charge of this place. As I left, if you need anything, just ask him.
The head nods up and down lightly.
All right. I'll be off now. Have a good one. May I have a name to call you by?
You hear a light pause, and then suddenly the words "rain" in giant spoken.
I will, of course, say in giant again. Pleasure to meet you, Rain. I'll be off for however long. If I come back and you're still here, I would really like to talk to you again. You seem like to be a interesting individual. But anyways, I must be off.
The head lightly dips down again as of nodding an affirmative as you kind of stand up and pull yourself out of the pew.
All right, Ada, let's go. Nothing seems to be wrong here.
Sure.
I'll just turn him around and just push him out.
Eider is not light in his new heavy adamantine armor. So as you start to push, a little bit of, you can feel Eider's put on a couple pounds, as you start to give a light tap.
You need to lay off the fried dough, my friend.
Oh no, trust me, it's all me, baby.
As Eider lightly taps himself, and you hear it.
Fried dough. Let's get a move on.
As you two kind of find yourself pushed, or either as you find yourself kind of lightly pushed out and hustled out by Kez, passing the female figure, you see just for the lightest moment the figure seems to lean its head up slightly. A little bit of a blue-skinned face and glowing eyes seem to stare at you for a moment. There seems to be like a pause and look of confusion on her face before she ducks her face back down. As you walk by. But as you two find yourself outside the church, Dom and Ned already having the wolf tassel or set up with the wagon hooked up and ready, supplies tossed in the back, and Ned and Dom kind of sitting up towards the front with the wolf, as the wolf seems to keep pushing into Ned and the snake seems to keep trying to bite at it.
They're friends already, I see.
You could say something like that.
By the way, Ned, where the hell are the Goslings?
They're on the ship.
Cut to Barger screaming in pain as he is being tortured by Gosling magic.
Ah!
He's been put in the Iron Maiden by the Goslings.
Yeah. They run that ship as there's nothing but hookers and cocaine everywhere.
They're learning.
Sometimes
There's fucking
you
helicopter
gotta-
parenting, and then there's this.
I mean, some animals are like that.
Straight up some risky business going on in that ship. Sometimes you just gotta say, what the fuck?
As you all look... Good. Sorry, Dom.
Are we ready to go? As Dom just kind of like standing there next to the cart and looks at Eider and Kez, who were like in the church for like, I assume, a good several minutes.
Yeah, they seem to have had, as Ned had closed the door, you didn't see really what was going on, as Ned just kind of came out and immediately started helping you out with loading everything, getting it ready quite quickly, a little more energy than usual, but otherwise, seemed to, those two seem to take a couple minutes.
Worry not, Dom. I've simply made a new acquaintance. And Ader's scared shitless of him.
No, they just simply raid off powerful elemental evil. You
Exactly.
should be not concerned at all that they're in your church while you are going to be away for several days.
Nah, it'll be okay. Listen, a lot of people say all giants are evil, but I feel like a couple of us here are very proof that's not true.
Like smash cut flashback to like fucking Utval's like slave ship and the Black Guards.
Yeah, or the forest giant that almost killed you. The Eldritch Giants, the mental other. Go ahead.
I was like that slow nod, like, yeah, totally.
Dom's
Wow,
just
you're-
in the
you're-
cart
you're-
waiting.
you're Giants. What the fuck, man?
I say also after the mountain giant experience last time, as Dom kind of climbs up onto the wagon again, kind of pulling on the bridle for the wolf. The wolf seems to kind of straighten its back up and kind of gets into a ready position, waiting to see if all of you are kind of getting on board or not.
Yeah, like clamber in.
All right, as Eider climbs up on into the back of the wagon. I assume the rest of you are following after.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Ned and Kez, as you kind of hobble yourselves into the back, getting the wagon, getting the cover over it to prepare with the heavy and cold rain coming down, and make sure you guys don't get splashed with anything. As you lot set yourselves up, the wolf starts to move. Dom, I assume you're gonna turn and head outside the town and towards the direction of the village.
Well, I assume Ned, given his like animal or someone, I know someone else in the party actually has the proficiency to like drive the cart. Dom's just in the front to guide because he knows where to go, and he was just like impatiently waiting while they were having that discussion, like arms crossed, just like he's in business mode. Like he's got a target, he knows where to go, he wants to get shit done. So he's just like that impatient kid in the road trip, like stop talking to the man in the gas station. We have places to be. I'll just guide and like offer the aid another action to anyone who is driving.
All right, who's climbing
what-
up to the front?
Because what is the role for driving a cart?
Handle. Well, it's going to be either handle animal, or, and I'm just double checking.
It'll be longer than 3 days if you guys keep elaborating.
Or handle animal and ride will be the two checks.
So potentially do like a wild empathy, right?
Correct. You could.
Obviously specific to Ned.
Right.
All right, whip them out, boys. Let's compare.
I mean, it's gonna be the same as my handle animal roll in the end.
I mean, go for it.
Ned climbing up at the front and gonna drive.
It was
Ride
easier
is a
last time because I could
+4.
speak with animals, but I cannot anymore.
Handle animals +1, ride.
Well, I would need an
+4.
hour, and I could, but
So
I rolled a 13.
For handle animal.
Handle animal.
don't forget your aid another.
All right, and that's a +2, correct?
15.
So 15 in total. Give me a moment. As you kind of lightly tap the back of the wolf, kind of even taking hold of the leather straps, and kind of seemingly lightly petting the thing, your eyes seems to almost seem a little upset as the creature kind of wraps itself a little tighter around you to show its disinterest in you showing another creature favor. But as you lightly kind of rub the back end of the wolf, it seems to turn and seemingly to understand, starts just walking forward as as it starts to follow along to what Dom points at. When Dom issues orders, the creature seems to follow almost to the letter.
Just look down at Ice and go, listen, it was either this or you drove.
The snake looks up at you and then suddenly slowly releases its restriction.
Like, scratch it on the head. Keep going.
Alright. As the wolf starts heading out over the next 3 days, give me a give me spot and listen checks for all those who are actively going to be on watch.
All right.
What about me as the driver?
Yes, as well for this case, if you
Spot
are going to
and
be paying
listen.
attention. Mm-hmm. Spot and listen. Alright, 13.
Oh my gosh.
Dom's Dice Tower never
Dice.
fails us.
Listen.
I'm just gonna start rolling it without the dice tower at this point because it's like I can't
Ooh,
tell if
that-
it's the dice or the tower.
That's a 28, but a nat 20 for my spot.
Gotcha, okay.
Spot
Dirty
is-
20 for both.
Dirty 20 for both,
Alright.
okay.
Bot is 12. My listen is 25.
Okay.
So I'm keen ears, but visually I've got branches in my eyes or something. I don't know. Very distracted.
Eider, what about you? Are you going to keep on watch, or do you have plans for the other for something to do during the 3 days specifically?
I was thinking about like potentially like just like terminating up in like my armor and everything, but given the place we're going, probably better to have like all hands available in case shit goes down. So I've got 19 from both.
Okay. As you lot are kind of heading down, the first day seems to go almost surprisingly unaffected as you continue heading north. Following along the edges of the river lines, there seems to be spots of what looks to be forest giants on the other side of the rivers, or on the other side of the river, but none of them able to cross something so deep and this close to the ocean as you lot continue heading on your way. As you hit your second day of travel, yet still no creatures seem to bother. Thankfully, as Dom kind of takes you along the same route that they had, or that they had previously taken. Though the sounds of hounds and wolves can be heard in the distance as you lot continue on your way. The howling and the occasional scream of a poor rabbit that has been caught and killed kind of emanates throughout the heavy rain and darkened skies through the day. Oh, as the third day comes to start, though, around midday, as you lot manage to finally reach the edge of the village that Dom mentioned, you begin to notice the clear view signs of what looks to be a very high up cliff edge that you're kind of climbing up. And as you start to kind of get to the edge of it, looking down, you can see what looks to be a small fishing village that, as Dom looks down, or from what Dom had seen earlier, pointing out the many little ships that have, or little, not ships, what are they called? Rowboats, there we go. That were, seemed to kind of spot the docks. The village itself seems to be filled with nothing but these bright, heavy red roofs of what looks to be clay tiles. The rest of the buildings made of what looks to be thick wood, and the buildings themselves each almost around 30 or so feet in height for a single floor. Only the one building down on the dock that looks to be about 4 buildings put together seems to actually manage to make it to a second story, kind of almost towering up to a full 60 feet. But as you look down the side of the cliff, looking into the town, there is what looks to be a single road, just kind of going through the main portion of it, with really nothing from what you can tell or any activity going on as you look around. Kind of listening about as you do, nothing, not even the birds can be heard on the breeze, as the water looks almost kind of dark and eerie from this distance. But as you all look down into the town itself, you begin to wonder slightly why there's no activity or any signs of life about.
My
Yeah, actually, I was gonna have a question for you, Dom. Dom, what is the primary alignment of followers of Oat?
DM, I assume it would be evil.
You are correct. He is listed
Yeah.
specifically as an evil domain god.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I would guess, given the nature of Oath himself and what the followers do, evil. I assume there'd be chaotic in there as well, but primarily just evil. Also, I would keep your eye out for signs of the undead in case they've moved or increased. And as Dom says this, he holds up his gauntlets, and I am like checking to see if they start making any kind of glow or like sign of undead in the area.
As
Same thing, I'll be keeping an eye on my shield.
As you lot are about 150 feet from the base of this cliffside, and where the village is down below, you don't really feel or you don't see or notice anything seemingly happening with your items, including Ned in that for the Dread Necromancer.
Do I recall where I saw all the shipments of papyrus going into, like which of these buildings on the map?
Yes, the top left, the only building that looks to actually be a proper 2-story building, seems to be the one that kind of catches your attention. It also seems where most of the boats were kind of disappearing and unloading inside.
I will point that building out as likely the head building, therefore the most useful and the most dangerous. So, Dom will kind of look, if we're planning to get any kind of information out of a single captured cultist, we'll want to go to one of the smaller buildings. If we're planning to get into the heart of things and probably have an all-out fight, big buildings are best bet.
All right, move the way.
I think Dom would instruct Ned to leave the cart wherever the last bit of like proper brush tree like cover is that could hide it, like the last bit of forest, and then would probably, I don't know to what success, instruct the group to try to stealth towards the town.
About how long are you looking to do this mission for? Like the stealth mission?
Dom's whole goal, stealth-wise, is to literally get in, probably himself quick enough, maybe have someone else to assist, grab someone, pull him aside, do a bit of interrogation, and then get into whatever fighting needs to be done. He wants to get some kind of information before a killing spree starts, basically.
Gotcha. All right. Eider like takes off the top hat. Kaz, you get to see like the real armor for the first time. um, it is chunky, huge, and just the most well-crafted set of armor I think you've ever possibly seen. It is exquisite.
Yeah, it looks to be mixed between Dark Adamantine scales that seem to be kind of portioned along it as chunks of plate, almost like a heavier and thicker full plate. In between it, you can see little strips of what looks to be red tubing in the little bits that aren't covered that seem to every once in a while glow a little bit and seem to fill with some sort of strange liquid that rushes through them. In the center, almost looking like he's got a bit of I think we agree it was like a dragon's head of sorts, similar to an almost Iron Man-like chest piece of focus, as well as his helmet itself looking like a dragon kind of skull and mouth with his face kind of appearing inside of it.
Correct. I like bang on my chest for a moment and just completely vanish for Dom, Ned, and the group.
Nice.
Like Dom feels like a tap on like their thigh, and just like right in the snow is like 3 minutes.
Cool. I don't think Dom would hesitate then. I think he would leave Kez and Ned the option to hang back if they wanted to kind of guide the cart. And we'll just be like, I'm going to that building first, and we'll point at are we coming from the top or the bottom?
So you're coming from the right. You are on the upper cliff behind the village, basically looking down on it right now. So it would be up to you to go either north or south if you'd like to. Or sorry, east or west. My apologies.
What do we think, guys? East or west? I think Dom would want to avoid the big building to start.
Okay. Do you want to like come in from like the south, south on the map, but
south on the map, the small building there, and I think Dom would whisper to you as he's like stealthing forward, like, get in, get someone, get out, give us time to get information, grab anything of use. The fact that there isn't as much activity today tells me something's going on. I don't like it. And I think Dom would also be prepping on his claws. I think it has to be claws. I think it's an injury poison. My knockout poison to knock them unconscious.
Yeah, you can't do injury poison on blunt weapon.
You start kind of
claws are not blunt.
taking your taking your vial out and kind of open it up as you start dipping your claws in one at a time. As Eider vanishes, disappearing completely. Ned, as you kind of go to park the cart slightly back into the woods. Kez, as you continue watching down towards the village.
All right. Do you want me to roll both, like move silently and hide, or one or the other? Or...
Well, quick question: are Kez and Ned staying up on the cliff? To clarify. Kez and Ned.
I mean, is that? I mean, because I'm by no means stealthy. Is this what is preferred?
Yeah, for right now. Dom would have impressed. He's trying to get information first and foremost, and then we can.
What's the
go
plan
ham.
if you get caught?
Then presumably you guys would be high enough up to see us, and we would like give some kind of signal.
Yeah, but I assume it would take quite a bit for us to get there.
Looking down, it'll take you. It's about a 50-foot walk around to get all the way down and around towards the eastern road. About roughly the same around the western road from where you're standing. So it will take. I mean, I think Kez, that would put you at one roughly movement to get down to the main street of the town.
Yeah, if I didn't have my armor on, I'd be able to move 60 feet, but I can only move 40 feet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it shouldn't take too hard for you guys to like dash in a turn and get there. And ideally, Dom's going to the small building at the very bottom, so he's sticking to the outskirts in case we get caught. He's not like just diving right into the town.
Gotcha. Oh, by the way, is this cliff? Is it like a regular like rock cliff, or is it like a glacier ice cliff?
No, it is Rockcliffe.
Okay, cool, sick.
Mhm.
Well, that idea is I guess there's always another one I could do.
I mean, there, if you're asking if it's slick with ice, yes. It's just not made of ice, solid ice.
No, I was thinking about melding into ice, but I also realized I can meld into stone.
Okay. As you kind of as Ned kind of walks back over to the cliff, kind of rejoining you lot, Eider still kind of invisible and inaudible, as you lot still kind of try and figure out what your plan is, looking down at it. Eider realizing that he probably activated his ability a little early.
It's fine. Just full dash.
Alright, I was gonna say, wait, are you just turning and running and leaving Kez there to... Alright.
Well,
Yeah,
I
fun.
figured we were just literally me and Ida were going down as quickly as we could before the invisibility.
Without explaining...
out.
Okay, cool, no worries. I figured you'd
he
explain
explained
to...
this on the way. Yeah.
Oh, well, then you might want to explain it in PMs real quick to catch Kez and Ned up if they don't already know what you're doing. But yeah, okay. As you two begin to kind of turn at that, as Kez kind of looks on, a little concerned, a concerned look on his face, as you two start heading around the bank. Give me, move silently and hide check, as
Okay.
well. And then, Eider, are you giving any bonuses to Dom to make clear with your armor?
I can't really
I
because
didn't
I
think you
don't.
said no.
Yeah,
No.
I don't have anything to give them a bonus, and on it, you have to like beat a 15 to give like somebody 8 another, and that's not fucking happening
Nope,
on
got you.
in this life or the next.
Mm-hmm. Not a problem. All right, yep. Then Dom, just hide and move silent.
Yay.
As-
We are gonna hope this goes well for me. Okay. Which one am I gonna roll first? I think move silent, maybe. Move silently. Okay, not bad. Move silently will be a 25. And then my hide will be a... Oh, my shit froze.
It's not what you want to hear.
Such cases.
No, yeah, it's not a very good sign. My hide's a 16, so a little bit. Obviously, as a big fire giant, I'm a little bit more quiet than I am obscured visually. But you know,
Yeah, as you try to crouch down as much as you can and start to lightly keep a jog, running down the hill. As you don't hear Eider, thankfully, but Eider definitely hears himself as he goes running down behind you, trying to keep up with his much shorter pace. But as the two of you head around the corner, disappearing out of sight, Ned and Kez, as you look on down towards the town and village, give me search checks, both of you, to see if anything catches your attention, or if you guys notice any of the villagers or anything else that kind of springs out as a monster.
You said spot or search?
Yep.
Oh.
Sick. That's what we like to hear. I love spot checks.
Nat
a natural
1
one.
for a 9.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Yo,
Damn,
me and
Ned.
Ned are playing freaking cards right now.
You know,
Got any
Kaz,
freeze?
you're not too bad.
You know, Ned, I feel like, honestly, this entire journey, we might have had a misunderstanding, but you're a pretty cool dude.
I feel like we were supposed to be doing something, but, you know, this game is really entertaining.
You know, listen, I'm so glad you taught me how to play this druidic game from your homeland. Honestly, this is... I had, like, my reservations about it, and I thought it was going to be way too hard, but...
Do you have any
honestly,
twos?
Go fish.
Ah, damn.
As Ned pulls out a fishing rod and starts looking for a lake to go grab a fish from. Game was quite literal back at home, apparently. Oh.
Yeah, hey, it's interesting. What can I say?
As the two of them kind of start sitting down, kind of lightly looking, kind of get bored, going bored real quick, as Ned pulls out some homemade cards. They're just carved into like chunks of bark. Some of them are a little bit more chipped. Some have chew marks from hooting kind of tearing on them, or the gosling teething on them. But
Yeah,
as
that double nat one, what a fucking time.
as you two kind of begin to forget what you were doing here, really, as you kind of get yourself really engrossed into the game. Eider and Dom, as you head around the road around the corner, vanishing out of sight, it doesn't take long before you hear something along the lines of "Go fish." And as both of you clue in that that's the game that you had played with Ned previously that took 3 to 4 hours just to complete a round, you kind of catching on quite quickly. Those two aren't going to be available for a little bit. So you get to the bottom of the road, kind of looking onto the almost absolutely silent village, as you see a small white tumbleweed kind of drift by and hit, kind of pushing it, land against one of the walls and kind of stop.
Can I also do one more thing?
Yeah, what's up, Ned?
I will tell Ice to seek and watch Dom.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
nice. Little snake companion for the snake boy.
Let me look up something, because I can't recall if seek was a specific. Give me a moment. Is seek an ability it has? Is that a curiosity? Hold up.
No, it is one of the bonus tricks.
Oh, is that? Oh, I apologize. I'm not familiar. What do you mean by bonus trick exactly?
So you get
bonus
so many
tricks.
bonus tricks based on class level for the animal companion.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, I got you. All right, cool. And seek. I'm just looking to see what that is off my list because I don't have that on my normal one. Thank you. Okay. As the ice kind of slithers off of you and seems to take one of the cards from your hand, almost accent as it rubs against it, pulling it away with it, as the creature, or as the snake kind of finds itself disappearing around the corner and down the road.
I got us covered, Kez. It's your turn now.
Oh, yeah, do you have any 8s?
Oh, yeah, I got 3 of those.
Okay. Yeah,
He just, as Ned just hands you 3 8s.
I
As
thought we were supposed to pair them. Why'd you? Yeah, we're not going to continue the conversation.
You're trying to figure this game out as Ice disappears. Dom and Eider, as you get around the corner, looking down the road, the almost absolute with nothingness, a couple of carts laying about, kind of almost as if the person that was carrying them has just up and disappeared. The signs of what looks to be a water trough along one of the sides of the buildings that looks to have frozen over slightly. As you look about, there's no candle lights, no sounds, or any appearances of life anywhere inside the village. Even the few boats seem to be kind of lightly racking against the docks as they continue to kind of move with the sea itself as the tide comes in and out.
Yeah. I'm still heading towards that one little shed-style small building at the bottom.
Okay.
Get a peek into the windows. I'm very tall. I don't imagine it's going to be hard for me to do a little look-see.
The windows are 15 feet off the ground.
Yeah, that I can make that.
Okay. As you look in, give me
Step down a little, actually.
Are you looking for something specific or just any signs of life?
Dom. Well, he is keeping an eye out for any items that seem useful, and I suppose undead. But Dom's main target is a living cultist. So if he sees a person, then we're good. If he doesn't see a person or anything that's like, this is a spooky artifact, then we're moving on.
Okay, give me a spot check.
Yay! I love spotting things. Mother fucker, these dice. It's not the dice tower, guys. Okay. It's still a 12. It's still a 12 even.
As you look into the very darkened building, so you can see a few crates kind of stacked up. What looks to be some pieces of papyrus that seem to be kind of laid out in one of the crates in the corner. In another far corner, what looks to be a clear fire pit that was some point probably used. And last, as you kind of stop on a figure, your eyes catch the clear figure of a about a 15-foot tall, slightly gray skin that you can see the feet, or the toes and feet of, as well as the hands. And with what looks to be a strange red blistery-like material kind of lining the top of the hand. The creature looks to be some sort of giant-like being as you kind of look at it. Its head, though, seems to be slightly hooded by what its clothing. That looks to be a mix of grayish cloak and some very darkened cloth that seems to kind of cover the body overall. The creature inside, as you kind of stare for a moment, its chest does not rise or fall.
Are my gauntlets faintly glowing green at this point?
Remind me, that's for necromancy?
It's for any, like, I'll reread the description, but it's any undead. It doesn't give a specific range, it just says, the gauntlets now glow a sickly green whenever it seems undead creatures are nearby.
It does not your gauntlets do not glow as you kind of look down at them and kind of put them up against the wall to see if anything happens.
You said the skin was explicitly gray?
With what looks to be red blisters on the top of the hands and feet.
The red blisters. Okay. Something in my gut tells me I know who this person is, but that info does not check out. So, Dom would, like, step away from the window, and I can't see Eider, but I know he's watching. So I'm going to gesture to the building, gesture to my height, point with a finger 1, and then gesture towards the door.
I guess I just tap like Dom's thigh.
Yeah, it's just some kind of confirmation.
Just imagine in giant runes, just writing okay, just a giant okay.
I can't talk to you.
No, just need a confirmation. Actually, were they facing where the door is, or are there multiple doors in this building?
It looks like it's only one front door, and the creature inside seems to be sitting down in a chair. It's not. Its body is facing towards the door itself, but it does not seem to have its head up, as its head kind of is leaning forward slightly.
This is definitely a corpse that's just trapped there to. Okay, well, Dom's fairly certain this seems like a corpse or undead. But fuck it, we ball. I'm not gonna be able to fit through the window, and Eider's not tall enough. So yeah, I'm gonna try the door. I'm gonna have my claws, and I'm gonna have a piece of rope ready in my offhand.
Okay.
Just in case I gotta wrangle someone.
So you're going through the front door or the window?
Eider's not gonna be able to make it 15 feet up. I'm gonna have to go open the door up for him.
Okay.
He's not. He's not. Listen, if Eider can scamper up into a 50-foot window with his bulky ass armor, Dom can't be impressed because I couldn't see it. But Dom doesn't know that.
You've seen me do it.
Have I?
Multiple times.
I didn't know if Dom was present for that.
I did it last session.
Okay, then you go in the window. I'll go through the door. I'm the distraction. I'm not invisible.
All right, fuck it. I go through the window.
All right. Now my question. Wait. What? No. To be clear, when you say, do you actually mean through the window?
Oh, is there actually like glass in the fucking window?
Yes.
Holy shit! This place has glass.
Yeah. Most of Regan Utham's territory, as you've seen, seems to have glass, which is quite unique compared to most of the other nations you've traveled through.
Gotcha. I imagine I forget for a second, like look at it, like admire the craftsmanship, and like fall to the ground because I fucking get distracted.
Dom, who can't hear this, says, Dom just kind of lightly points to the window for you, and then kind of heads around the corner towards the door. As you walk your way up towards the window, looking at the glass, admiring the fine golden inlay on the sides of it, the beautiful clear glass that kind of almost lets you see perfectly through it, in the centers of it. But as you look in, it doesn't look like this window has a latch or anything. You're gonna have to shatter it if you want to go through.
Yeah, just follow Dom. My actions aren't silent. Also, I think that would definitely count as an attack, so it would break the invis.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. As you kind of decide to head back or head around, Dom, as you get around to the door, seeing the door, it is slightly looks like it's ajar. Looks like it pushes inwards, and the lock or the door hasn't fully latched into its like holding lock. As you can kind of see the door itself lightly moving a little bit, almost as if it's the wind is slightly pushing it back and forth.
Okay, so it
Mhm.
doesn't appear to be locked?
It does not. Looks to be slightly open.
Great. We're being invited in. This is a good sign. I think Dom, standing behind the door, will, like, slowly, like, pull it open and attempt to maybe minimize creaking and stay out of view of whoever it is. Also, if there's a spell triggered to this door being open, I like to not be in the path of it.
Give me a moment.
The person's just like, damn, door creaked open again. Really ought to fix those hinges.
Dom, as you push this door open, give me an initiative roll as this creature suddenly tears the cloak off its chest. Its big, sharp yellow teeth kind of clear on its face. Its big, bright yellow eyes kind of showing. The long bits of giant skulls along its belt, and the little bit of cloth that seems to just cover its genitalia. The creature seems to grab what looks to be something invisible for a moment, and then appears as a giant gray rock as it starts charging forward.
Well, good news is I'm behind the door, so at least he won't immediately tackle me when I roll bad initiative in 2 seconds.
You got any
Also,
camera?
we're outside the building, so when our allies actually tune in to what's happening, they can see us.
Yeah, that's what you want to think about.
Yeah.
You want me to
That was
roll
almost
as well?
a nat 20. Are you not involved in the initiative?
I'm just
Yes.
checking.
Yes, you will be rolling
I
it.
mean, unless you want to stay stealthy, but I think at this point, if this isn't a person and this big creature's charging us, I think our stealth's a little bit broken.
Fucking.
Just
Does
mind
not
me.
matter. I have an immense bonus to initiative between like a bunch of bullshit. Doesn't matter.
I
rolled
don't,
2,
and
so
I
have an
roll
11.
consistently bad.
Oh, you rolled an 11
Oh.
with the same as the creature that has a minus
actually-
1.
Hey,
Oh.
don't worry.
9.
Eider, I got, with my +4, I got a 12.
Alright.
Despite being
Ned
surprised.
and Kez also give me 1, please.
And not surprised, I expected this to happen.
That initiative.
Yes, that is initiative, please.
Dirty 20.
Alright, dirty 20 for Kez at the top of the initiative. And let's see what Ned can pull.
17.
17 for
Damn.
Ned.
the
Thank
good rolls are gonna be
God for
with
Ned's
the-
fishing here. Oh wow, that's actually a decent bonus. If I could roll. Alright, give me a moment. Man, I cannot believe I can't roll to save my life tonight. Let's hope that's not something to be normal. Oh, that is beautiful.
Believe it or not, being AI.
I believe it. Alright. As we get to the top of the initiative, immediately upon the creatures moving and getting up and embracing itself in this rage, the two creatures that were buried under the ground, exactly where Kez and Ned are standing, are going to
good.
pop out of the ground for a surprise attack. As they immediately turn, and they are each going to take a swing on one of you both, or both of you. The good news is, as they pull out their claws, these creatures look to be almost the same as the giant down below that is attacking Dom. However, it looks to be a bit more decayed, and what looks to be on their hands, instead of flesh appearing, a strange, almost bloody-like bone seems to kind of appear as they start swiping at you with these sharpened bone claw-like hands.
Are they undead?
From what you can tell, Ned, your item is glowing, and so is Kez's.
Sick.
And Kez, the first one, swings and goes for the attack. That is a 21 to hit.
Which AC am I looking at? Is it flat-footed?
This would be flat-footed, yeah.
Then no.
No, alright. The second one is going to go after Ned. Ned, apparently this the skeleton having a bit of dirt in its eyes kind of goes wide and stabs your fish.
Well, I was very scared, but it misses.
You're back to the creature as you hold up the fish in your hand, getting ready to hand it to Kez as part of the game. As suddenly a bloody claw kind of shoves through it full of bone, cutting it nearly in half.
Hey, we were in the middle of
and
that.
Just go, does a half count?
No, Ned, we'll deal with this later. You owe me next. You're making dinner for me next time.
As the two of you turn and get ready. Alright. As that ends the surprise round, because the other guy's surprise was getting up and charging right up into Dom's face, as he rushes forward, nothing but a door between him and Dom. However, that ends his turn. Alright. At the top of the initiative, Kez, as you turn or kind of look around, still sitting on the ground with the cards in your hand, about 5 feet to your left, roughly, as you're kind of sitting with your on your right to the cliffside. The two bloody bone-looking creatures seem to look at you, pieces of their flesh kind of falling off and seemingly exposing this disgusting red bone-like material.
All right. So I'm currently still sitting.
Yes.
Man, that guy must have been awful to not hit me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was a 21, so I'd like to think that I more of just was quick on my feet and dodged. But nonetheless, I use my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to strike this creature with my hammer.
All right. Let's see what you got. Standing up will take all of your movement, just as a heads up, so you'll get one
Is
action.
it all, or is it half?
I believe. Well, let me double check actually, because 3.5 or it might be a little different. I thought it was all, because I know it's all in 5e.
It is a move action to stand up. It also technically provokes, but
yeah, but I'm not gonna. Standing up, yeah, it is the equivalent of an action. So it is one action. So it takes up your movement action as far as that goes.
All right, fair enough. All right, then time to whack a guy.
As you pull your hammer out, you're looking at the creature with a smile on your face as you pull back and get ready to swing. Let's see what you got.
Man, I wish this hammer was actually, quick question.
Yep.
I don't know. What is the crit for a Warhammer? Is it just 20 or is it 1920?
If it's not,
know?
if it's not specified, it's typically 20. But I can look that up while you roll.
it's 20. It's
Okay,
a
it's
times
flat
3
20.
crit multi.
Yeah. Damn.
It is. Yep. Times 3. Yep.
Yeah, I know it was a times 3. I just didn't know what the crit number was.
Sadly, yep.
Because I rolled a flat 19, but after adding all the other funky stuff on it, 26.
26. As you go to swing, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Before damage, I need, because these are undead, correct?
Yes, these are undead.
Will save.
Oh shit. Is it both of them or only the one you hit?
Only the one I hit.
That is a nat 20 for a 22.
Ooh, hot damn!
I'm getting all my nat 20s out of the way for saves. This is not
I
good.
mean, hey, that's fine because you avoided the disruption. So that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've lived through this time around. All right,
We'll see.
off to my damages. All right, let's pull out this one and this one. All right, we've got 9 bludgeoning and 4 lightning.
Alright, for a total of 13. As you slam hard into the creature as its body begins to jolt from the electricity kind of coming, almost shooting out from the hammer, the creature seems to slightly dance around, jittering almost as the body spasms in reaction, kind of turning almost a blackened color where the hammer hit, leaving a large, what looks to be almost El Ugbo symbol kind of slightly burned into the side of the creature's face. It still stands and stares at you though.
and I assume that these guys are immune to poison.
It is. It is, yes.
Okay, because I was asking in case just, whether I actually had to roll for the poison stuff from this weapon or not. Alright,
Nope,
cool.
not in this case. Alright, as you swing a smile on your face, the creature, not yet phased, but now the mark of Ella Ogbo on the side of its skull, ending your turn, Kez. Alright.
Good luck, Ned.
Dom! You interrupt as Kez turns and gives a quick thumbs up to Ned and a smile.
Yay! My
Dom,
turn.
as you look on through the door, like literally 5 feet in front of you, this creature stands breathing the heavy smell of what almost this strange licorice-like scent kind of catches your nostrils, as well as the scent of decay kind of emanating from inside the building. The creature, though, still stands on the other side of this wooden door from you.
Would I recognize this licorice smell at all?
Give me... You have Craft Poison Maker, correct?
Yes.
Give me a check for that, please.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not rolling with you. That's the bad die. This one. Okay, good choice. That will be a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, you say?
Yes.
Now, as you smell this, you recognize this as a similar scent to a rare poison made from a lumpy black paste, typically. Usually mixed with spider eggs and magically infused. It is called the Calling.
The calling like C-U-L-L or calling like
Yep.
C-A-L?
Calling is here, and I'm going to send you the for your own note of what this material is, as
Yes,
you know
please.
it. If I can find your
I'd
name,
love to know more.
there you go.
Yay!
As you kind of take a second looking this over, this material does, or kind of, is known for tearing away at the creature's constitution until there's nothing left, and it has to be ingested, typically.
Okay, and this is coming from the creature or from the room?
From the room, from what you can tell.
Okay.
But the door between the two of you, it's hard to tell if the smell is coming from, or is also coming from the creature.
Okay, so it is usually an ingested poison, but, Could it have been altered to be contact poison? Would Dom know if that's, possible with this poison or no?
With that check, it shouldn't be. It would take someone of an extreme capability to do something like that, and a very big, huge amount of knowledge of how poison works on a chemistry level. So, out of character, that'd be the equivalent of someone almost to the intelligence of Zilpip for knowledge. This would have to be like a Da Vinci of this age to be able to do something like that.
Okay. So, Dom won't bother warning Eider then, just because it seems unlikely it is possible, but we'll assume either the figure died to this poison or that the poison is simply a tool in the room. I'm going to... Do I want to swing or do I want to attempt a cool move? I haven't moved. I do have a 10-foot reach. I could theoretically reach around the door and just blindly punch at this guy, right?
You could try. As you,
Would I?
as you're unsure,
I need
there's. Go ahead.
Need to ask for semantics. Fainting, does that require a target have line of sight, like direct line of sight of me? Because it just says to faint, make a bluff check opposed by a sense motive. So I would assume so.
It would have to be. I mean, the creature, as long as it can see your body at all, it can make a sense motive check, because it's just basically a sense motive is more based on body language and reading the surrounding situation than knowing the individual
Okay.
or being able to see them personally.
I don't assume I'm fully hidden behind the door unless the door is massive.
The door is massive. This is a building for a giant. So and it is solid wood, from what you can tell. So
How would that wouldn't have me be hidden because it knows I'm there,
correct.
presumably. Dang, I was hoping to get my sneak attack off, but I don't know if I'll be able to. And then Eider Ider's not like in a position to flank, is he?
There
He's
is
just
a
kind of also with me.
right now. You're kind of standing in the doorway. He is off to the side of the to the left of you. Technically, he could flank. However, the door would have to be open for him to be able to actually get a flanking bonus because
Is not currently.
he can't
Okay.
currently hit the creature. As the door is kind of in the way.
I will just do good old flurry of blows. I assume. I don't think my poison is going to affect this guy. It's undead, so I'm just doing punches. I'm not doing the claws. And we
Did
shall...
not say he was undead.
Oh! Well, you know what? Then I'll do one set with the claws and one set without. Why not? We
All right.
love...
I will say you will be rolling with a -2 because you can't directly see him, and you are just trying to swing basically through the crack of the door and around it to hit him. This door isn't open much, so kind of keep that in mind.
I assume there would be like a -2 type penalty. Totally valid. I'm using this to my advantage, and it's also to my detriment. So 2 with the claws. First one would be a... That's 22.
That hits.
Second one, that just is fully off the table. Is that a good roll? Is that a good... No, technically it's a good roll, but I'm not gonna count it as cocked.
I didn't know you had chickens in your house.
Yeah. Second one is I think that's a 20, just a dirty 20 to hit.
That also hits.
Oh dang, okay. Let me roll the damage on those 2 claw attacks, and it's not gonna be a lot. And I also need, if it's not immune to poison, a fortitude save.
Right.
This will tell me a lot.
That is a 19.
That saves, but that tells me this creature is alive.
Yep.
So the first 2 attacks with just my claws is gonna just be a... Gosh, I'm rolling bad. Just a 3 magical slashing. Slashing.
Okay.
Now I will roll the 2 for my punches. Because I'm not moving. Okay, that's a 12, so I assume that misses.
That does miss.
Second punch! Whoa! 24.
That does hit.
Now the fun part starts.
Has to be higher than 3.
That's okay. That plus, let me check what my gauntlet does again. I believe it is... Yes, another d6. Plus my wisdom. Okay, so it will be 5 magical bludgeoning plus 7 of the the alchemical acid, which is considered acid plus 5 when dealing with resistance.
All right. As the acid as your punches hit in, you hear the creature kind of roar out, almost angrily and in a primal fury as it does. These sounds of sizzling can be kind of heard, and the smell of burning flesh can kind of be caught as under the smell of this licorice-like scent.
Okay, so yeah, didn't move, took my own action. Yeah, Dom's all set then. Dom's just kind of leveraging this door against it, like reaches out, slashes into it, doesn't, sense the poison taking effect because the creature doesn't knock unconscious, aims a punch on it, gets a good hit, and then just kind of like braces himself against the door, just trying to, hoping Eider comes in to assist.
As you get yourself ready.
My turn.
And apologies, I messed up on this because I didn't catch this. Ned, I skipped you. So, thankfully, we did not get too far ahead as I missed you by 1 person. So we're going to jump back to you real quick as Dom kind of finishes swinging at this creature down below, attacking it left and right around this door as they do. Ned, as we jump back up to you, just having seen Kez get up and swing his hammer, slamming into the bloody bones and smacking the heavy design of El Ogbo into the creature's the side of its skull after frying it with electricity for a moment and then pulling back. The other bloody bones still staring at you with the half of the fish kind of attached to its claws as it stands over you, watching you as you sit down on the ground. What would you like to do,
Okay.
Ned?
So I am sitting as well?
Yes.
I couldn't remember if you said I got up when I had the fishing pole.
Sadly, no, you are sitting as well. Yeah.
Okay. I will get up then,
Alright.
and
Oh no.
I'm trying to decide which of the two actions I want to take.
You know, all I'm saying is that these guys ruined a perfectly good Go Fish game.
Right? Bastards.
Dude, like, come on, have some fucking respect.
You know what? My spear's glowing. I'm gonna try to stab it straight through this motherfucker.
Alright, let's see what you got.
Let's rock.
So,
And are you attacking the one that Kez hit with his hammer, or are you stabbing the one that took your fish?
the one in front of me that
Okay.
ripped the fish in half.
Alright.
The disrespect.
Does a 10 hit it?
A 10 does not, as the creature easily dodges out of the way of the spear as it goes wide, kind of seeing the glowingness and kind of smacking it with the half-cut fish in its hand.
Just like tap my shield with the spear and then brace.
Like a proper Roman soldier, as you hang yourself into the centurion position, shield in front of you, spear at their side, ready to go. You staring at the creature as you shout, or as you stand, bracing for the impact. All right. As we end your turn, jumping back down, the next round I'll have the initiative proper, so it'll be Kez, Ned, then Dom. But jumping on down now, Eider, you are up.
Hooray! So Dom didn't open the door, so I can't get to this guy, right?
No, it's barely open a crack. It's just enough to get Dom's fist through, and unfortunately, Dom being kind of a leaner frost giant, and you being a bit more stronger snowbeard, does not pair well with the size comparison when it goes to fitting through the crack in a door. As you look at that and realize you're not going to fit through there.
I'll just break through the window if you
Now,
wanted.
You're pretty sure if you push against that door, you're going through that door, though, I will say.
Kool-Aid man, that shit.
Kool-Aid. Now when you say that, is it gonna like require some kind of like weird ass roll or maneuver to do, or is it just like
You will have to attack the door to get through it, but I mean,
but that would mean I didn't
Yep.
have an action. I'd
Yep.
just be fucking opening the door
Yes,
and nothing else.
but then you have a hole through the door you can go in and out of. That's at your height.
Gotcha. I just kind of like sigh, like tinker around with like my fucking inserts as I walk up and just kind of like poke Dom's like thigh. Hey Dom, well, the creature will figure out what's going on. As I give Dom a temporary little buff.
Oh, which buff are you giving?
BMU because I want the full effect of fuckery.
Oh no.
Oh God. As I say, I know you'll get the sun's tear of the DR while you're within range. Oh. Ah! Wait, that's what you're casting. Okay, I got you.
Yep. It's only for one round, but it only like uses one level.
What is happening to
Give
me?
me a moment. I'm just pulling it up. Alright. Okay. Yeah, as Dom, you feel your body kind of almost begin to glow and warm as the magic kind of envelops you. A light shield kind of seems to protrude itself on your chest as you see a giant A for the of Eider's own light sigil kind of portraying across it and then that, just as quickly as it shows, it seems to dissipate and vanish. You currently have the sanctuary effect on you.
Ooh, I'll have to check what the 3.5 version of that does, but appreciated. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Hopefully he wastes his turn.
Hopefully, I mean, I've got decent AC, all things considered, so we'll see.
Alright, as you cast that down, thank you, Ned, for catching that. As you kind of tap them on the leg, casting the spell, Eider, Dom beginning to see the magic glow. As you kind of stand now between, kind of next to them, Eider, where you want to do anything else?
Well, it was both actions because I had to move up to them because they weren't right beside. They weren't
Gotcha.
adjacent, so I had to like actually move up to them.
Yep, no, that works. Alright.
Fortunately, it's not an offensive action. I think I'm still invisible.
Yes. Let me double check, because this is from the invisibility spell, correct?
Yeah, it follows the same rules as invisibility for what it counts as a hostile action.
Try to talk to Dom. Does that bring...
To be fair, I got a
No,
poke on the thigh.
it is not. It is not. Okay. You can you can actually talk as long as the it's only when you the only problem is when you talking it when an enemy is able to then pinpoint you. Got you. Okay, fair. Perfect.
Yeah, mine I can't talk because I'm also just straight up inaudible. Is like the other part of the effect.
Got you. So as you kind of talk to yourself and then lightly tap Dom on the thigh as kind of they begin to glow. Ending your turn as you look on at the door, waiting for this creature to seemingly break through at any point and waiting to blast a hole through its chest once more.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, as Eider raises himself up to go, the creature is up as we go, and it is going to go right through the door.
Like Kool-Aid Man, or?
Yep. We're about to find out if he can. As the door tears apart in front of you, Dom, almost immediately as the creature seems to grab hold of it, gnash at it for a minute, tearing, you see his teeth kind of pull a chunk out until it finally pulls off the hinges, and the creature throws it to the side. It looks at you, and with a bit of wood in its mouth, spits it on the ground, and then is going to try to attack you with its claws.
Will save time. I hope your TC's high, Eider.
And I was wrong. My apologies. That has 2 claw attacks. That is a 23 and a 15 to hit.
It needs to roll the will save to see if it.
That's correct. Oh no. Yes. Oh no. I don't know. This is gonna be bad. All right. 15 and 18.
So it only gets to roll once, and then
so
it's
15.
Yeah.
But
no, that does not succeed.
All right. As the creature fails to swing through, its claws going right, kind of smacking into Dom. Dom, as you feel the what you kind of brace yourself to feel the tearing of these claws across your chest. Instead, as you kind of open your one eye, looking, kind of waiting, as seeing this creature like tear at the light and angrily growl at you as it seems to continue clawing at the light in front of you, ending its turn.
Yay!
Alright, the bloody bones are up, and the one that just got smacked by Kez is not going to be taking that lightly as it turns to Kez and is going to try and swing on him. Okay. Unfortunately, that is a 14 to hit.
It does not.
Alright, as it's not moving, it's going to take its second. That is a 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
I have a feeling that this creature, as it smacks against the bloody bones, kind of smacking against your armor, denting the pointed tips that clearly have been filed to a fine point, kind of denting them like a heavy pencil now as you see them almost kind of shoving into your shoulder, and just kind of feeling as if someone's just trying to lightly like push you to start something, Kez, as you kind of look on at this
I have this shield for a reason.
The creature continues to just kind of like push on you with its finger, or with its bones, or pointed bones, and seems to try to make a noise as its like jaw opens up, but nothing comes forth. Ending its turn. The second one is going to turn towards Ned. And do the same. I'm just gonna do both attacks to save us a little. That's 11 and 19 to hit, Ned.
The 19 hits.
Alright. Don't worry, as its claws... Oh, I crit. Did not mean for that. As its claws kind of pierce right into the side of your, shoulder, kind of stabbing into the meat as they do, you feel blood kind of starting to lightly drip out as the creature pulls away, leaving 3 little, almost stab wounds perfectly aligned down your shoulder that start to turn a little bit purple. Can I get a fortitude save? Ned?
14.
I have bad news, Ned.
Oh no.
You do not succeed.
It's the poison, isn't it?
Ned, you take 4 points of Constitution damage. As the creature's poison begins to take hold, you feel your arm kind of tighten, on your left arm kind of tighten, and the wounds around begin to turn purple, and the skin begins to crack and lightly peel back as the creature pulls away its bony claws. A little bit of the blood on its finger or on its claws now gone, seemingly wiped off in the wound. Alright, as that ends its turn, and as Ned reaches and holds his arm, kind of bracing it, we are back up to the top of the initiative. Kez, you are up.
All right. First off, we are going to strike the man who struck me for a 20 to hit.
That hits?
And a will saving throw, please.
No.
Hey, you got a crit last time.
Oh! Give
well,
Take
right.
it away!
That wonderful undead creature is destroyed.
As the creature looks on almost both of them, seemingly, they sense if they had a warm heart still, they'd be very proud of themselves for the damage they put onto Ned. As the other one takes a hammer straight to the face by Kez, and before the lightning even hits it, the creature seems to almost dissipate into a blackened dust as Kez's hammer just goes straight through it. As the creature is now dead.
How far is the other one away from me?
About 5 foot to your right.
Great. Since I'm not moving, I'm
Yep.
gonna hit him.
All right.
23.
23 hits.
Let's get that will save. Let's go.
Oh man, I'm gonna do this every time. No, I don't like this. Oh, hey!
Oh my God.
Another crit. Oh my god.
Goodness, that's like 3 or 4.
All right. Nonetheless,
This is the
Regular
scariest
damage.
night for players at this point. I'm critting left and right tonight.
good god.
Just a couple more nat ones, guys, and we'll be good. He just needs to get the nat ones back.
Yeah, you don't know, is this a Bloody Bone giant at one point, it was known for his will and fortitude saves. That was the only thing he was good at, and that's why he ended up dead, unfortunately. Eventually, those
Alright.
fortitude saves caught up with him.
All right. 9 bludgeoning and 3 lightning.
Alright, so for a total of 12 points of damage, as you slamming into this creature, the brand of elbow kind of displaying on the side of the skull as the lightning kind of takes hold. The creature kind of shaking its head slightly as it seems to be juddering and bouncing a little bit, and it seems to kind of lightly turn towards you as the bony like fingers begin to exude this strange purple liquid once more.
I am the anvil on which war is forged.
As Kez begins to whisper this to himself, Ned, as ice seems to kind of wrap around the corner, seeing you feel, or the creature seems to kind of pull up around, or right next to you, and you hear in your head the understanding that Eider and Dom are both down at the village fighting a large creature.
Good to know, but a little busy here, and I point at the other one.
The
I'm
snake.
a little busy at the moment.
Ice just turns and looks over at Kez, and you feel in your head, that one believes its god is on its side. Let it do the hard work. And then, but go ahead, Ned. What would you like to do?
So Ned is going to reach into his pocket
Mm-hmm.
and pull out what kind of looks like seeds
Okay.
and throw it. I need a fortitude save from this thing.
Shit, that's not. You know,
You don't
Hey,
want to hear
listen.
the pocket seeds. That's a
Five?
bad
Oh,
sign.
wow. Oh, damn.
I mean, nothing too crazy happens, but the creature is now dazzled for a minute. So it has -1 to all attack.
damn you! As the seeds
Six rounds.
get onto the creature's face, a little like weeds start to grow into its eyes, and you see as little plants start to kind of envelop around the bones, wrapping themselves and cracking them as the creature seems to like try and tear at them.
I don't know that this is going to work, but this thing has pissed Ned off.
It doesn't like his con being touched, apparently.
You never touch a man's con without permission.
Does a 10 hit its touch AC by chance?
You know what? It's one short. You do not.
Damn. Okay.
You are close as you go to kind of seeing the dazzling of these beautiful little like purplish flowers with little green dots kind of appearing in, and they're blocking the creature's view. A little bit bedazzled by this, Ned, and with the rage in your mind kind of going to attack, you find yourself losing focus almost immediately as you kind of get caught up in the moment trying to attack the beast wildly. All right. Does that end your turn, Ned?
Yeah, unless...
What do you want to do for
I mean,
ice?
it's too late. I was going to say, Eider had asked a question, but...
Oh, what was either? What if he retroactively 5-foot step to flank with Kaz? I don't think. Well, it depends. What are you trying to? What's the thing you're trying to do, Ned? Exactly.
So I don't even know that it would have ended up affecting it. But I was going to cast Infestation of Maggots on.
Let me see. Flanking.
Very fitting for a corpse.
Yeah, you know, maggots eat dead flesh, so it would work, right?
Yeah.
Flanking
Extra
does
effective.
affect attack rolls. Like,
No, I'm
it's all
checking if it
attack.
takes a spell rolls or not. That's what I'm looking for. It doesn't say it doesn't, so I guess that makes sense to me. Yeah. As far as it goes, that would give you a +2. Yeah, technically you're right. That would be a flanking bonus because of Kez. You aren't wrong. So yeah, that would give you a +2. So that would be a 12 to hit. Actually, no, that does hit, Ned.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll. You are right. Good call on that, Eider.
So it takes 3 con damage.
Retribution!
Flip it off.
As you
As
kind
like its body starts filling with maggot-like creatures.
as the maggots kind of pull over the creature, unfortunately, as it's undead, it is not affected by conjuring. But as the maggots kind of envelop around it, the creature seems to be unfazed. As the maggots slowly wither and die, falling to the ground as there's nothing for them to feed on.
It's the thought that counts.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, Eider, good call though, because that'll be
The
good
staff
for
was
future
glowing like
reference.
they were necromancers,
do
so
have
I
a
thought I had to
question.
try it.
Since
Mhm.
maggots do eat, like, dead flesh, maybe not con damage, but... health
No,
damage.
that's what the spell does.
Skeleton.
Oh, well.
Alright, Ned, as you kind of look on, watching the maggots fall, the irritation on the at the creature, still seeing your staff is still glowing, like it is still glowing currently. But as you kind of end your turn, ice is up. What would you like your snake to do? Oh, Ned, you gotta come off mute, bud.
Oh,
Make it bite it.
I mean,
It is large, I think. Yeah.
How far away is ice?
Ice is standing right next to Ned, so within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, I thought he had like been following us.
No, it turned back around last round. That's why it didn't have a turn.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, because it had to turn back around to go warn Ned exactly as it was told. So,
Quick, fuck him up.
we'll try to bite it.
all right, let's
Yeah.
see. That's a +4 for the bite. 13 just makes it. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Get it.
Bite.
That would be for damage. It is Does it have a listing?
Oh, 1d4 plus the poison, which doesn't.
Ah, yes. Poison does
Unless-
not. No, it does not, because it won't take the d6 of con. Let's see what you got.
I just making sure I didn't get anything extra. It doesn't look like it.
No worries. Sadly, nothing to give it the iron jaws to clamp down and tear this thing a new one. 2. As the creature bites down on it, Ice kind of taking away a piece of its toe or its foot bones, kind of as it tears away from it, and pulling it back and spitting it at the floor, or kind of spitting it at the floor. The creature glares up at the beast or the bloody bones, who seems completely unfazed. Yeah, that would I got that for that. Don't worry. I was assuming as much. I think for STR, no, it's a flat 10. There's no bonus.
I get a +1 for class level.
Oh, that's right. So, it's 3 damage in total?
So yeah, I think it would be 3 then.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. As Ice kind of stares at the thing, I'm gonna say it hasn't moved. If you want to make a second bite action.
Sure, why not?
Get 'em, Ice. Ice 'em.
Whoa. Keyboard got stuck on 2.
Oh no.
Roll D 2 2 2 2 2 2 2.
Hey, perfect. Now if you roll 2, it's meant to be.
14.
14 to hit. That does hit.
Multiplier 2.
Another 4 damage as you tear into it. As Ice seems to tear the creature, kind of bite down on the creature's big femur, tearing it out. You watch as the skeleton drops to the ground, prone. It is not, unfortunately, dead, but the creature, being on its last leg, literally and figuratively, looks up at you in anger. And since that's the end of Ice's turn, Ned, I need another fortitude save.
Yep. Ooh, let me refresh my page, actually.
No worries.
Oh, nat 1 for a 5.
Ooh, okay. Well, here comes the secondary damage. That is 3 more points of con damage.
Oh shit.
Ned, as the poison continues to rack your body, as you feel your arm tightening, your left arm kind of beginning to weaken and almost go completely numb.
Ned always managing to get sucked dry in these.
It really is always you, Ned.
As we cut away from Ned holding his arm in pain, to Dom now with no door between them, and this giant creature. Well, notice, it is huge in all fairness. This huge giant kind of standing in front of the doorway, staring at you, heavily breathing the smell of licorice coming off of its breath as it does.
Okay. Still not moving, so I would like to, with my first action, attempt a feint. So it's my bluff check opposed by its sense motive. So I'm in the other chair for a change. I'm not the one who's doing the sense motive. I'm doing the bluff.
Oh, okay. Please tell me. It had to be wisdom. Oh, it just had to be wisdom still, didn't it?
Yeah. I love my wisdom. I'm a monk. I'm a monk boy.
That's Oh, it's on a crit success again.
What? Oh, it doesn't matter. I rolled awful. I don't succeed on that, so my feint just doesn't work.
As you go to swing at the creature, like going for a light jab, the creature seemingly grabs your hand and bats it away back at you, kind of as it growls at you aggressively.
Hey, it's messed up. It's messed up. Okay, I'm just gonna do another flurry of blows, but the door's not in the way this time, and I'm gonna attempt a on the first one. I'm going to attempt. Where is it? It's Soul Warp Strike. I'm just trying to find it on my notes. Soul Warp Strike. Let me mark off a use. I'm tempted at my first attack. If this lands, 15.
That does not hit.
If my fate worked,
As
I
you
would've
punch the
landed it.
creature's like peck, and it seems as you hit the stone-like skin, your hand kind of slams into it, feeling the solidness of it, and you pull your hand back. Realize this creature's got a solid outer shell of its skin. There's the reason it's not wearing armor with that, and it's not concerned.
Alright. Second punch incoming. Finally! 24 to hit.
That hits.
And this is my weakening arm attack, so if it's not immune to it, it takes 1d6 strength damage.
Is it for poison?
No, this is just a like a stat attack.
Oh no, it is not immune to stat effects.
Alright! 4 strength damage! I did something! It worked
Alright.
the first time! Thank you! Let me roll my damage for the punch also. I need to, before I forget about that. That's a little bit more important maybe, I don't know.
Just slightly.
Just slightly. I debuffed the guy though, we might be on equal terms now. So that is 6 magical bludgeoning plus 5 magical acid.
5 magical acid. As you punch into the creature, feeling the hits kind of slam through, one of the claws seemingly catching the creature and nipping at its hard outer shell. As it begins to bleed, the creature seemingly its muscles kind of starting to shrink down, almost deflating immediately as the cut takes hold, it turning this vibrant red and kind of a little what looks to be veins kind of beginning to pull away from the wound, seemingly cracking the skin itself as the creature looks down and seems to sniff it, and then looks up and roars at you, and almost in response, still not phased by the attacks as you kind of lay into it left and right.
Like it's fully not affected by any of my magical attacks, or just not bothered by the strength drain?
The creature just does not seem like it's bothered in the slightest. You're unsure though, as you kind of look this up. You give me a sense motive to see if this what this is.
I'm back in the driver's seat.
God damn it.
Motherfucker, I rolled the same number on that die. It's fine. My bonus is decent. Okay, it's a 10 total.
10 in total. The creature
I
does.
got low roll.
The creature does not seem to be bothered or seem to have any interest in its own personal well-being, and seems to almost like an animal be looking at you as if you are too weak to harm it.
Either I don't know if our attacks are doing anything. There might be something keeping it here. It might just be really strong, but don't get hit. That's just Dom's warning as I'm like dodging, weaving. I'm like using my monk moves, trying to fake it out, and it's just like I assume staring me in the eye. Dom doesn't often have to fight things bigger than him, so he's a little out of his wheelhouse.
Yeah, this creature is fighting savagely. There is no rhyme or reason to its swings.
Can't sense motive something without a motive.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
As you end your turn, Dom, either you are up, as Dom kind of mentions, is down to you as you hear this. Still, I believe you're still invisible as you kind of stand there off to the side. You are now technically flanking the creature, for reference, and it is 5 feet to you, technically to your right at an angle.
Oh, sweet.
Yay.
I was just gonna rub my face. It just seems like this thing's like berserk, right? Like, like it's still taking damage. It just doesn't give a shit about saving itself.
Mm-hmm. That's the general. Based on what both Dom said and what you're watching, yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption.
He's so jacked.
Dom whispers under his breath, admiring the muscles of the creature.
I'm waking him and he's still so jacked.
I wouldn't admire him for too much longer.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna give him a little poke.
All right.
Just reach out and use a funny little insert. I need to make me a little will save.
That's a spell, technically, correct? Because it's spellfire, or spell-like ability, rather.
No, spellfire is supernatural.
Ah, perfect.
So
Still works.
Get...
Let me double check something. Hold up.
Yeah, supernatural doesn't work. Or sorry, spell resistance doesn't work on supernatural stuff.
Give me a moment. I always have to double check this one because I've had this. Affecting spells. I'm just double checking. Give me us 2 seconds. I apologize. You're the one character I have to check this with each time. So. Spell like
Until Dom multi-classes and gets Spellfire. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
everybody multi-classes to get Spellfire.
Yeah, Ida, we're just gonna steal your gimmick.
Oh! Alright, perfect. Yeah, you are correct. It does not. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to double check to make sure on this, because I know wording can be funky sometimes. So yeah, no worries. Go. So what's the roll?
So we'll save.
We'll save. No.
Will he save?
No.
14? 15?
No.
No? Shit.
I just kind of like pop out, like kind of like appear like right behind, like beside him. Is like, all right, well, I guess kill him whenever you want to, Dom.
Oh, is it paralyzed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate that's a will and not a fortitude save, but that's on my ass for giving him this toy.
Oh.
To be fair,
Spider
it's
all over
a
again.
mind-affecting compulsion effect.
I know.
It's not gonna be like useful for very long. It just is useful against things that it can be useful against.
But
Doesn't
yeah,
work against undead.
as you flash almost a light kind of across this creature, enveloping it like the Men in Black beam or memory beam, the creature seems to suddenly, almost as its eyes start to kind of like turn, and seems to stand there, not really making any noises. It kind of wavers like slightly leans side to side as it seems to be completely unable to do anything and at a loss.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll hit it with my axe.
Okay.
I can't. I have an extra action. I don't have a full round action that could have draw it, but I can do that at least.
Oh.
All right, let's see what you got.
Got.
This is technically flat-footed, so yeah. Okay, there we go.
It's worse than flat-footed. It has 0 dex.
Is that right? I thought paralyzed. Oh yeah, that's right. No, you're right. Paralyzed. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Fuck. Ooh,
This bad has no dex.
this hurts.
No dex. Insert the Mega Mind.
It's okay. It's okay. That does hit surprisingly. I almost have enough natural armor to overcome. Totally.
Natural armor, man. Yeah.
But yeah, that hits. Says go ahead and roll for damage as your axe goes cleaving into this creature's leg. 10 points of damage as you slash into its calf, kind of cutting a chunk of it off. As you slice down, the creature seems completely unbothered and unfazed as the meat just slices cleanly through. On the inside, you see this gray, almost gooey mesh that seems to almost start to leak out where the muscle should be. The body starting to slightly deflate as it does. And if that doesn't, and I know Eider is probably wondering immediately, before you ask Eider, yes, give me a knowledge nature to see if this is a news.
27.
27, it is not a news. It looks to be, sadly, an unfortunate effect of some sort of the disease on the body, although you don't recognize this disease. Not that your check isn't high enough, it's just that this is not a disease that is known to the world.
Yeah, I figured it was just like a new thing.
Mm-hmm. Alright, as you kind of pull your axe back, wiping the gray goo on the wooden wall, is there anything else you can do?
Nope, it's a turn.
Alright. That's a will save, I assume, for the paralysis?
Yep.
The end of its turn?
Nope.
If I could roll higher, where'd those crits go earlier? I need that nat 1 and nat 20 again. Alright, as the creature ends its turn, still kind of like jostling from side to side. Let me make its fortitude save. Alright, unfortunately, that does succeed. Alright, as it ends its turn. Alright, that creature is dead. The bloody bones that's having the maggots having just fallen off it, and it's now laying on the ground prone, looking up at Ned, the creature seemingly staring also at Ice, kind of looks about, and is going to immediately try and stab Ned's foot. Which it gets a -2. Well, I did ask for it. I'm sorry, Ned. I didn't mean to do this to you.
Oh,
Alright, I didn't
sorry,
confirm,
Ned.
so it's an auto.
what the fuck?
I apologize, Ned. I don't hate
Yeah.
you.
Really wants your ass.
I thought the dice hated me, but
Ned,
damn.
4 piercing damage. Thankfully, you can't get the poison effect again as you're already damaged, so...
I don't think I have anything to remove poisons yet, so
Oh.
I don't know if I can help you there, man.
By the way, that's its first turn. Let's do its second turn.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's the dice giveth, the dice taketh away as I
Just
roll
give it a
two.
grumpy look and
I think he
kick its
just
hand
breaks
away
his
the
arm.
second time.
Yeah, kind of as the fan goes to strike at the same foot again, as you kind of grumpily kick at the hand away with the other
Bro,
foot.
what
It
the
flaps
fuck?
its
You
tail.
watch as that hand goes flying off a few feet behind it as the creature just stares at you with its other hand angrily.
I think that ghoul has a foot fetish.
Yeah, you know what? Sus.
No worries, either. Alright, back up to the top of the initiative. Kez, you're up.
I would try to heal you, like, stop that poison from happening, but I don't believe I have anything that can remove poisons. I think I only got diseases and, like, paralysis. And since it's a poison, it doesn't count as magical damage to, like, ability scores, right? Or does it?
Actually, technically, this poison is magic. It is listed specifically under magic infused.
Alright, cool, so I will be able to help him out in a second. But let's get the guy out of the way first, and we're gonna strike him down where he stands.
Now, I will state, I'm only saying magic is magic infused if it's the same stuff that Dom found, for your knowledge, to make clear. So,
Oh yeah, like, because if it's non-magical, then I think Lesser Restoration can't do anything to his, like, con
Yep.
damage, because it's magical damage.
Yep.
All
So,
right.
without knowing, as you look on, I mean, you can give me, if you have craft poison making, or you can give me an intelligence check to see if you can identify the poison, or you can choose to attack the creature, up to you.
I'm just gonna get the creature out of the way
Okay.
first, so it's not gonna be doing anything. So 23.
23, that does hit.
Will save.
God damn it. No.
Knight of 1,000 will saves.
I know, right? Fuck, oh, there's the 20
Okay.
again.
All right, it saves this time.
This
So-
time.
Yeah, but I think, to be honest, I don't think that's gonna matter here in a second. Go ahead and roll your damage.
10 bludgeoning and 4 lightning.
As the hammer comes down, slamming the skull straight into the ground, kind of impacting it, you hear a satisfying crack as you pull your hammer away and see nothing but dust kind of left there as the body stops moving.
All right, yeah. Let me read Lesser Restoration again, real quick.
No worries.
Just-
as
We
Yeah.
also
you see,
I'm
suddenly
not
Ned,
confused.
your would-be doctor, Kez, kind of pulls out his little, like, cleric spell book and starts looking, like, licks his thumb and starts flipping the pages and, like, reading through the spells while you're in immense pain.
we also
And
all got
incredibly
the
frail looking.
Oh,
potion
Yeah,
of
right.
lesser restoration. So whatever lesser restoration does, we each have a potion
Yeah,
that
so
does
Lesser
that.
Restoration dispels any magical effects, reducing one of the subject's ability scores, or cures 1d4 points of temporary ability damage. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Is it temporary?
Is the poison temporary ability damage, or is it permanent?
give me an
Ability
well, for what Dom knows of the poison that the creature down below is dealing with, that is permanent damage.
All right. Yeah. So what's
I don't have a way to convey that though.
what's
Mhm.
okay?
So you
I
can
mean,
either
the
give me
ghouls
an
might have
intelligence.
different ones. Yeah, I'll do an intelligence because the ghouls might be dealing with a different type of thing. That is a 19.
19. Yeah, you have seen this poison only used once before. Surprisingly known to have been used to wipe out a very well-known giant noble, very famous for his capability to eat just about anything. This poison would be called Swarming Spider Bite. It does a d6 worth of con on its initial damage and about 2d6 of con on its secondary. It costs anywhere between about 4,000 gold pieces for an ounce of the poison. And to your knowledge, this poison does do does do permanent damage.
Ah, well.
Damn.
Well, shit. Because I don't think there's a third level spell that can heal permanent ones. Am I correct? Yeah, I think I can't help with permanent ability loss yet. I'm very sorry, Robert. I cannot help you right now. So let's hope that, our friendly neighborhood poisoned person can help you with this.
This Kez just kind of turns to you and kind of explains he has nothing that he can do.
Hey, here's hoping we get more XP breaking through the fourth wall. And I use my other action to... I'll use my movement to start heading downward. I think 40 feet.
All right, as you kind of pass, looking at Ned explaining that your spell won't work, as you turn and start jogging down the hill after the party, kind of accepting the situation as is. All right, as that ends your turn, Ned, you're left on the hill with Ice beside you, looking at the dead creature. The holes in your arm still hurting as they do.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So, for my temp HP, would I be capped at what the max would be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can add more temp HP technically. That can stack, but go ahead.
Because out of my normal 50, I have 38, but with my temporary con, I'd only have 30 max health.
Yeah, so temp HP does not get affected by like poison damage and stuff. That's just, it's there until it's lost, basically. But you can't renew it outright because you don't have any like outright number usually.
Yeah, I was just gonna make that my. I guess it's a permanent effect, so I might as well change it.
Yeah.
So would I just have the 8 in temp HP then, or would that go away to the max?
If the poison would not affect temp HP, to my knowledge, actually, Pocket DM, do you want to take a look at that?
I just wondering if I lose 8 HP that I currently
temp
have.
HP has nothing to do with your con, so it shouldn't.
Let me see real quick. I don't.
Because I'd have 38, but with the new max HP, I'll have 30.
Yes. What is the temp HP from?
Oh, no, I don't currently have any temp HP.
Oh!
What I'm saying is I have 8 more than what my max normally would be, so I don't know, do I just lose that?
Con damage reduces your current HP by the same amount that con gives you in max HP.
So if you have a hit die, like say a D8, you lose 8 HP for every 1 con damage.
No, you lose 1 because you don't. Plus 1 con only gives you 1 HP per level.
Yeah, so you lose 8 because it's your.
No, you don't lose a hit die. No, you don't lose a hit die. You lose like the.
You're thinking of level drain.
Yeah, you lose like a con, like the equivalent of like that con score's effect on your HP, like basically as quote unquote damage. So we're level 5, so it would be 10 total damage for like 2 stat loss.
I'm double checking because that doesn't make
My
sense.
con stat has been halved at this point.
Jeez.
There. I'm going to put a pause real quick for those who are watching, as I don't like to have these long snippets in the middle. Alright, back to it. Perfect. Alright, Ned, so with that kind of solved, is there anything you'd like to do with your turn?
I don't imagine there's going to be much I can decipher, but I would like to look over this wound.
Okay. What are you trying to figure out about it exactly?
If there, I mean, it seems to have stopped in a way, but if there's any way to make it stop, get it out,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, give me a survival, or if you have a craft poison maker, I'll take that as well.
Okay, I will go survive. 22.
So yes, this poison does not slow down. Just as a note, it does continue going on at the end of each of your turns. So you will continue to take more damage. Yeah. As you continue on, however, as you kind of take a second, noting that this was a poison that had to be ingested into your body or pushed into your body, taking that for a moment, that means that if you figure out a way to purge it from your body, in theory, you should stop taking damage. Secondary option, you figure out what spider this came from specifically, and hope that they have some down in the village that you can get some anti-venom from.
I see.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that it's capped out at the amount that you can reduce the hit die by. Don't worry, I'll keep going for now.
Okay.
Talk about it later.
Go ahead, Ned.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do. I don't really. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do this. Maybe Kez standing there can help me figure it out. I'm going to empty out my water skin.
I was like,
and attempt
Kez
to use
is
it
gone.
as like a
Yeah,
as
he
like-
turned and ran around the corner and headed down towards the village.
Good.
So, yeah.
I would like to use my water skin and attempt to use it to like suction. See if I can
Okay.
get it
Yeah.
out that way.
There are 3 holes. Go ahead, but yeah, go ahead and I mean, as you kind of lean over to start kind of pushing it on there. Let's call it a fortitude save. Let's see what you can pull.
Nope.
As you try once more trying to suck the poison out, all you do is you watch as more of this purplish smelling liquid kind of drains out of your arm, seemingly seeping down your arm, causing more pain and a bit of burning as you kind of pull the water skin off of it. All right. Is there? Are you gonna try again? Or are you gonna kind of seeing that didn't work? Are you thinking of something else?
So specifically they're on my arm.
Yeah, on your left arm, three holes.
Well,
Okay.
Oh.
How far down on my arm are they?
Roughly around your shoulder.
Shoulder, damn.
Yeah.
No amputation for you, sir.
I mean, you're pretty sure if you severed the arm at the shoulder joint, you could get rid of it. But as the poison's already starting to take hold of your body, you're not sure 100% sure that's going to save you.
Good.
So if you got something in mind, I'm what you got? Let's hear what you got. Thank you. Levtos. Appreciate that. There's not many remove poison spells amongst the druids, so let me.
There's
Yeah.
neutralized poison, but
It's true, but
That's
I think
actually-
that's like 5th.
it's third for
Third.
druids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then he. I mean, you have to have it prepared, you know.
Uh-huh. Anything else come to mind, Ned?
Well, I guess really the only option here. I'm going to put the butt of the spear into the dirt
Mm-hmm.
and lean straight down from my armpit onto the blade of the spear.
We could maybe help.
Wow, alright, yeah, you know what?
And for Ice's turn, Ice is going to go around my wrist and try to pull down.
Oh, alright, I need a fortitude save to see if you pass out from this first off.
Oh my god.
As you lean down and intentionally kind of spear yourself onto it,
30-20.
Ned manages to keep himself conscious as he starts to pull his arm onto it and like stabs himself through the armpit. It is the most gruesome pain you've ever felt, Ned, as it starts to explode from your arm as you feel the muscles cut and tear. As Ice kind of circles around, putting all of her weight onto your arm as they wrap around it. They pull down. I'm gonna give them a strength check. Oh god, that's okay. Let's see, where's the strength modifier? Do you want to roll it or shall I?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I think it's literally a flat just d20 as it's just a 10 in strength.
Well, then it has, I think, +1.
+1 from your thing, yep. Because it bumps it to, I think, an 11. So no.
Does large add any?
No, not in this case.
Okay.
Yep.
6.
As the creature pulls down, unfortunately, as it does, the bone does not dislocate or tear out of the socket as the spear gets stuck. You feel it kind of pull. Give me another strength check for the second thing for Snake to try to do it, or for Ice to do it again. Oh.
You know, I wonder if the snake could have been used as like a not like a tourniquet, but something to just stop the blood flow to the rest, like from your arm to the rest of your body.
It's a little late when
It's high on the shoulder.
That's fair.
That was what I was gonna do originally.
As Ice pulls down one more time, you feel a horrendous pop and crack as the spear lodges through and shoves, kind of tearing the bone out as it does. As you feel shattering the bone or the whole arm, almost immediately exploding in further pain and burning as it does. As the arm tears itself down and Ice kind of wraps around it. As you are left standing there, give me another fortitude save, Ned, to see if you can stay standing as your arm literally falls to the ground in front of you. You pass out.
I figured.
Almost seeing this and kind of the effort, the sweat kind of going down, you find yourself unconscious and dropping. You are also currently bleeding, as you have just opened a massive wound on the side of your body, violently and jaggedly. As this happens, all of you hear a loud scream, and then almost it goes shrill and then silent from the top of the cliffside.
What the fuck? Oh shit!
As Kaz suddenly turns back and just sees what looks to be a spear in the air with blood and a little bit of some moss kind of flying on it. Alright, as Ned and Ice end their turn. Oh god. Dom, you are up.
Quick question, because I've not had to deal with this before. Is for monk, like, unarmed crit damage, is it just double whatever I roll?
Yeah, just ×2.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because unless it specifies otherwise, I think there's a few monks that are higher crit.
The gauntlet didn't specify, so I figured...
Gauntlets are also ×2, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're rolling coup de grace damage. Dom did hear the scream, but doesn't know what's happening. He's too honed in on the kill to, dash up there.
Hold up, wait a minute. No. Let me talk you out of this, please.
What do you mean?
Never mind. You're good. I've got my sheet up. Okay, cool. You're fine. Go ahead and roll. I just needed a second to pull up the document, so I had my coup de grace.
I thought you were like out of game on behalf of the enemy, trying to reason with Dom, the character.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get my calculator up for this. Just I got a lot of stuff to roll.
So since it's an well, you don't have to roll for the hit because it's an auto crit because it's considered as if you were. This creature's
sweet.
just got to make a fortitude save.
When I do the damage, isn't it?
Yup.
And it's plus the damage.
Yep.
Yay! Yippee!
Just get that.
I can't. When a monk does a coup de grace, is it just one punch, or can I technically flurry of blows it?
It's one
It's
attack.
it's one attack
Okay,
because you can't.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's some really awesome abilities you could stack with it.
Uh-oh. Well, I need one more d6 because I technically also get my sneak attack damage on this.
Sneak attack doesn't double, but you do.
Doesn't. I didn't think it did. So that's. Oh. Okay. Oof. Okay. And then that's what is that? That's 2 plus. Oh. Okay. I'm at I believe I'll double check my math. I believe it'll be 35 total damage with my sneak attack and the gauntlet wisdom damage, but I'm re-verifying my math.
I did not crit. So that would be if the math is right, that'd be a 45 for the DC.
Yeah. So that's because 11 total for the punch times 2 is 22, plus 5 times 2 is 32, plus the 3 the sneak attack. Yeah. 35.
Yep. So 45 failing. All right. As you slam into the creature, I'm just double checking. Oh, it does. That's actually really good to know. Yeah, as you slam into the creature with 35 points of damage, you watch as its head goes flying up behind its body as the body kind of stays standing there. The creature seemingly almost immediately dropping to the ground as it does, or as the hit lands. Go ahead.
I don't know what this counts as. I know I did technically use a full action, but I'm not moving. Can Dom absorb it? Because this thing doesn't seem to be undead.
Mm-hmm.
This is a practice run. Can Dom absorb its soul?
Dom can try.
I will certainly try. My gauntlets, I believe, now give me a bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check that. So I can't fully remember. Yeah. I do indeed. Thanks!
Can healing lore call be used to remove poison?
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick.
And then I need a reminder of what I roll against this guy.
Okay. There will be. Did I PM it to you? I forget if we actually established something.
I think on my. Well, let me PM you.
Mm-hmm. If you want to take a second, yeah. No, sadly it does not.
Damn, because it's like healing harmful
However,
conditions. I'm like,
heal does have a DC for curing a poison.
Yeah, they just use your heal check as their save result.
Yeah. So.
okay, so I might be able to help with that with healing lore call to remove those harmful conditions and with my high heal check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least heal, yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure
you.
if it was like a case by case thing or if that was just.
Because you said your movement was 40 feet, right?
Yeah.
And would you say after hearing that loud scream and seeing now a bloodied spear and a bit of Ned's toga kind of like blowing in the wind on the tip of it, are you going to be turning back around and checking that out? I assume.
I probably would.
Okay. Then Dom, there's no needed for a roll because there's nothing that's going to be contested. As Kez is not paying attention to the situation, he cannot naturally contest it with his divine abilities. So almost as soon as the head goes flying, you feel the power absorb into you, and Eider, as you look up, Domnander begins to go from this dark brownish skin to a more almost a deeper and darker brown that seems to start to blend in a bit more heavier with a dark wood stain.
Yeah, I think Dom like lands just this epic punch to just like the chest of this creature while it's paralyzed, and I want to say like just punches through the chest, and as he does so, like gripping what would be the heart, crushes it, and then there's just this light of energy of like something that's like sickly green or purple that travels like into him, and he has an inhale that is almost as if he's breathing or like swallowing something. Like there's just this big inhale, and then his chest heaves with just this loud sigh of something like relief, or like the sound you make when you've been thirsty for hours and finally get like a drink of water. And he just like steps away from the creature with his hand just like fully bloody.
As Dom, as you kind of stand over it, you hear a strange and faint whisper. Do you speak Abyssal by chance?
Oh, I'll double check. I don't think I do. No, I only speak Giant, Common, and Draconic.
Then, yep, never mind. And as you hear this faint whisper in your head seemingly dissipate just as quickly as you stand over the corpse, we are out of initiative as you exit out of combat.
Yeah, I will go over to Ned. First off, casting a cure moderate wounds just to make, stop the bleeding and all this stuff like that.
Yep, as you kind of lean down, seeing Ned now without his arm, seeing ice kind of wrapped around the arm, and that kind of constricted around it. Ned passed out, laying on the ground next to the spear. As you kind of rush up, casting, as you do, you see as some of the wound starts to slightly cauterize, and beginning to stop the bleeding. Go ahead and roll how much HP he gets back.
16.
You get 16 HP back, Ned, as you feel your body kind of begin to almost heal and calm. The fever that was kind of beginning to overtake you, and the cold from the sweat kind of seems to dissipate almost immediately. And then give me a heal check.
I'm going to start to treat that poison.
I'd say for as bad as Ned looks, he has surprisingly not lost a lot of health.
No.
Hey,
But he is
honestly,
now full.
You would have been bleeding out, which is something good to stop.
Yeah, that's true, because that was about to be a d20 worth of damage.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh yeah, bleeding sucks.
So that would be a 27 heal check.
Oh, fuck you. God damn it. Yeah, as
having a plus 11 in heal is pretty great.
You kind of grabbing out your few bits of poison kit that you've gotten from helping every time that Dom manages to accidentally prick the wrong person in town that was a slightly more insulting or problematic than they should have been, but not enough to kill them. You've got a little bit of experience recognizing some of these poisons here and there now, and kind of catching the eye of this and seeing what happened as you begin to work away at it, treating the nub of the arm as you do. You watch as the liquid, the purple liquid, begins to drain as you begin to slightly siphon it out, rubbing mud and grass into it and almost drawing the poison to the living organism. The poison seemingly uninterested in Ned's now slightly dying and scabbed over arm as it pulls out. Ned, you can add your Constitution back.
Oh, hell yeah.
As soon as the poison is cured, the effect immediately stops.
Would my health stay at the 30?
Yes. For the time being, you'll have to regain that afterwards. Yep.
I would also like to cast Preserve Organ. Wait, no, it's a single organ. I don't think an arm counts as a single organ. Never mind.
Oh.
Unless you would decide to count it for this case.
I mean, all right. I'm not a biologist, so I'm going to ask the resident biologist. Is there anything in your arm that would classify as an organ on its own outright, or could we outright state that the arm would be its own organ?
Because I know skin is an organ, technically.
So if our resident biologist... Yeah, go ahead.
That's the problem, right? So you have muscle in there and you have skin, which are technically separate.
Yeah.
So you'd have to cast it twice.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what? It's a level 0 spell, and I've got like 7 of those to burn.
Okay.
And then it gets more complicated there are different like split off muscles in the arm.
I'm not gonna be that hard. I'll say if
And that's
you're willing to
your fault.
cast it twice to go for the two main things, I think that's fair.
All
All right, I
cool.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna try to see if I can at least save the arm. Hopefully get rid of the poison in there and be able to sew it back. That's the goal here.
As you look at Ned, look at the arm, and look at Ned again.
Ned, this is gonna be rough, buddy.
As you
But hopefully
two,
by the end of this, you're gonna have your arm back.
as you two kind of begin to work away at that, Ned kind of as you look up at Kez, as you're kind of regaining consciousness, feeling your arm slightly scabbed over, and having to
Yeah, but
imagine that he's going to now break the scab and shove this thing back in.
I put one of the wooden playing cards in his mouth. Say, "Here, bite this. You're gonna need it."
No,
You may
it's
want to
okay.
depoison the limb first.
No, yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. And then as you get that piece of wood shoved into your mouth, as you try to speak around it, are you going to try and stop him, or?
Yeah.
Okay. As Ned kind of spits the wood back out, Kez, as you walk over to the arm, you hear as Ned kind of pipes up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the best case. I mean, unless you think you could fully repair it, but I felt what that poison was doing, and that arm didn't have much function left anyway.
Nah, you'll be fine. You know, got a little. Well, actually, how different does the arm look? If it's beyond saving, then that's
I mean,
it. Like,
it's
I'm not
slightly
gonna be
withering, and it's where the holes punched into the shoulder are showing some massive cracks around the skin, and it does definitely look like it's already becoming necrotic.
Most of the muscles would have been gone by then, too.
Mm-hmm. As you kind of look at it, it does not look like it's doing too well. As you kind of... Yeah, good.
So, actually, would you... I mean, we'll see if I can even save it, because I have preserved it.
It will
what
take you
about-
40 minutes to preserve it, just to keep in mind. It's not a quick spell for the preserve organ
It's
for
10
reference.
minutes.
Is it 10? That was 20.
Yeah,
I said 20, casting it twice.
yeah,
My
20 minutes for
apologies.
casting it twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to take you a little bit. So as you kind of walk over and sit down as Ned kind of watches you begin to kind of get the spell working, we're going to jump down really quickly to Eider and Dom. As you two find yourself kind of staying in this doorway now, the creature's body collapsed, the heart kind of destroyed, and Dom looking as if they look almost quenched for a moment. What would you two like to do?
I give Dom a bit of the side eye.
Yeah.
I just pipe up and say, I might avoid doing that overly much if I were you. It seems like it started to physically change you. Your skin color is a little different. Have curated it.
I think you mentioned that, and Dom, who's kind of, recovering from whatever that effect was, kind of looks down and notices, like, his red skin, like, dulling more brown and dark, and sighs. Well, I don't plan to do it more than necessary to begin with, but I think partly some of these changes might be unavoidable. Simply a matter of delaying or speeding it up. And he's like attempting to like flick bits of the goo off his hand, and so again, since I don't know what's happening with Ned and Kez, Dom's gonna step into the building to look around for anything of use to get some kind of information. I assume I still
Yeah.
smell the licorice.
Give me a search check, and for your own note, Dom, just if you're not familiar, hearts are very sticky organs. When you crush them or cut
Yes.
them, tearing them apart in your own hands or making them pop like that is really hard to get pieces
Hey.
off.
I just will have to wash my gauntlets. They cover most of my hands.
Well, it's not just the heart, but the viscera inside of it, because there's a
Yeah,
lot of interesting.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
One of my gauntlets is going to be a little bit more stained than the other.
We heard the scream, right?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I probably try and like. I hate to like interrupt, but
No.
I'm gonna definitely like try and get like Dom is like, they probably need our help like immediately.
Okay. Dom got an 18, so I guess like
As you-
while Ider's saying this, do a quick scan.
As you look about, you do see there's a crate full of what looks to be spell scrolls that you kind of catch immediately. Kind of looking at it, it looks to be filled with about 15 of the things, kind of all like wrapped up and just set in a crate.
I will like. I guess Eider says this. Dom acknowledges that we probably have to go. How large is the crate?
Roughly about 5 foot by 5 foot wide and about 2 feet deep.
Assuming it doesn't weigh 1,000,000 pounds. Yeah, Dom's just gonna
No.
slurp it up in the bag of holding.
It's about a good 20-pound chest from the wood and the amount of spell scrolls in
I'm not
it.
at capacity yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
got
as you
the
kind of
big
pick it
one.
up, and I will say it's more that the size of it will not just fit in a bag of holding. Bag of holdings are not unlimited, and they do have a chance of ripping. So yeah.
Can I just dump the scrolls themselves into it then? Just,
Easily.
like open it up. Yeah. Eider's like says that. Dom just picks it up, pours it out real quick, drops the crate, and is like, okay. And then as we're walking out, I actually remembered a feature on my gauntlet that's going to be potentially of use. So I guess I would use it. Or wait, you said this was a huge creature?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think my gauntlets can store its body then.
No, I don't think at the size.
Nope.
I think it's one
Okay.
size category or the same size
I was
category as you.
gonna use it as evidence for potentially the quest, but yeah. So Dom just takes all the spell scrolls, drops the crate, and then I'll head back with Eider. Our stealth has been broken, and we're probably gonna be surrounded if we stay anyway. So
Yeah, as you two
Let's
head
get
out
going.
into the town and start heading back up, as you both look back, just casually kind of listening in, the town still seems almost empty. There's no sound, there's no movement, there's no alarm as you rush around the road and up the hill towards where Kaz and Ned are kind of seen. Kaz, who's leaning down over the arm as Ice is holding it in their grasp, or in their tentacled? No, snake-tailed, I guess. Kind of grasp.
body.
Yeah. The spear still slightly bloody as kind of Ned now sitting up, one less arm as he's got a nice scabbed over portion where you can see that Kez has done a little bit of work.
Just like exclaimed, "Holy shit! What happened?"
what?
Ned and Kez, as you notice, Dom looks a little darker of skin tone.
What?
You owe me 20 gold coins for losing that match, by the way.
As Kaz puts down a couple cards without even turning his build to look back.
Are you going to be able to actually reattach that?
Here's hoping.
If not, I can get in contact with Utham. It will take a while, though.
Yeah,
Dom's like-
that's the point. The a while part is the problem.
I might be able. As Dom's like kind of eyeing up the limb and wondering if that could be stored in my gauntlet pocket dimension because it specifies bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this thing should remain preserved for a day, like 24 hours. So if I can, remove the poison from it and heal it, hopefully back to its former
Poison.
state, I should be able to sew it up.
Can Dom crouch down? Because I assume this is happening not standing.
Yeah.
And look at the puncture marks and the signs of poison. Determine if this is a poison he could make an antidote or antitoxin to. Is this something in his wheelhouse, or is this completely new, never seen this poison?
Give me a craft poison making.
Yay! That's a completely average roll with my bonus. That'll be a 13.
You have no idea what this poison is, as you haven't seen it before. However, what catches your attention is it has almost an identical smell to the stuff from the body from the strange giant that you just beat the ever-living hell out of.
Yeah, I removed some of it from the remnants from Ned. There was still a little bit that got into him, but I got rid of it all. So
Awesome.
hopefully I'll be able to get rid of any of the remnants here, be able to heal this bad boy back to normal, and
This
hopefully
doesn't
if I
make
am able to do
sense.
that within a day's time, I should be able to sew it back together and then heal it.
The poison, it has the same smell as the choline, but the choline, it should have summoned spider swarms in his stomach. It wouldn't have decayed his arm. I don't think you would. Ned, did you feel spiders erupting out of your stomach?
Well, isn't the culling a ingestible one? This was put into his bloodstream, not his digestive tract. Maybe it's a different effect.
Well, poisons can be modified. It would take a genius poison crafter. I mean, to even make the choline would take someone of extreme prestige and skill. I mean, this is master work, but if someone could make the poison, I don't think it's out of the realm how they could, at that skill, alter it. But it shouldn't look like this.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true, but unless it's very possible that this poison hasn't been altered, and since it was just put in a way that was different, it's still harmful to an organic individual, but since it wasn't ingested into the stomach, the full potential of the poison didn't take effect.
Mm. Potentially, but usually, and Dom's just kind of like frowning as he's inspecting it and is clearly troubled. You can attempt to cure the arm and reattach it, but if it's poison like that, something that's altered or in some way wrong, we need to prepare for the inevitability Ned is not getting this arm back.
Oh yeah, no worries. You know, I already got rid of the poison in the rest of his body. Granted, it was only a small amount, but I was able to still get rid of it. So here's hoping I can do it here.
Oof. You see Dom kind of like glancing at
Dom,
Ned
let me
and
do my fucking job!
Dom's like looking at Ned and looking at the village at this point, like, me and Naito didn't get anything really of use information-wise, but if Ned is missing an arm, we might have to retreat back to camp. Are any of the bodies of the two undead they fought remaining?
Yeah, they're both still there. Well, sorry, only one is there. The other one turned to ash. Yeah, one is the skull's pretty crushed, but the arm and everything but its leg is still there.
Can Dom like take it into my little gauntlet pocket dimension? Because Dom's under the assumption these are probably the creature of the quest, and I'd like to collect on that potentially, or get some kind of reward.
You kind of grab some of the bits of bone, kind of grabbing an arm and shipping it.
That's the one that stabbed me too. It might have poison on its fingers.
That too. Can I inspect it for signs of what the poison might be?
As you kind of pull it in front of your face, kind of looking it over, I'll give this one, since you got a minute, because as Eider's kind of watching and looking about the forest, watching for anything that's kind of coming up the road or down towards the village, and looking for any sort of, as he put, inevitable ambush. But as you kind of look at it, kind of as you move your hand down one of the bones, almost kind of applying a light bit of pressure, you see this strange purplish liquid slightly pour out of it. As you kind of take a light sniff of the stuff, and kind of then lightly like put a little bit on your knuckles just to see what the effect is, similar to any traditional poison maker. You feel the slightness of almost like biting, small biting spiders around the wound as you kind of wipe the poison away. Recognizing this, you would know this as a modified version of swarming spider bites.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I know out of character that's what Kez had got earlier, but Dom hadn't known that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a little info that's sent to me?
Yeah, I can send that to you.
Thank you. I will look into if Dom can cure this.
On today's
if
episode
need be, for the arm.
Medicine with Kez, we're going to be draining my compatriot's arm before me into healing.
No, don't skip the important part. Training it of spiders.
Oh, the spiders is part of the blood.
Yeah, the spiders.
It's blood spiders.
Kez like lightly like pushes against it and suddenly sees little red spiders kind of climb out.
This is a drow poison. This is poison commonly made by drow in the Drowlands.
I will note a little note for Kez, not for Kez, for Domnender. Drow lands is not technically a terminology most people would know. Their species do not technically claim a territory. Elves are a savage species that, at best,
Right.
are recognized as wandering tribal races. They are recognized amongst some continents, but even Drow are almost unknown at this point.
Right. Sorry,
So-
I was thinking of the Gloom
Oh,
nation.
Gloom.
Yes,
Gloom, yeah.
the Drow
I would
are the
imagine it's
tribal
Gloom
ones.
stuff.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So he would just say, like, Elven, like Drow poison then. Mm. If I trust your healing ability, chance to salvage this, but this is modified. This is not the basic poison. I would not hold much stock into it being treated like a normal one. And I'll
no
just
worries.
take the
I gotcha. However, I refuse to quit.
yeah. Dom chuckles at that. Like for the first time, it's like seriousness. Like he breaks a bit into like a chuckle, and I will just take the. I think the gauntlet description just says the gauntlets have like a little pocket dimension that can fit a certain amount of worth. So I guess the party would see Dom for the first time ever extend like an open palm gauntlet out, and there'd be some kind of, I guess, magical swirl, and I just suck it up.
Wait,
Body in the hand now.
alright? You're keeping the hand, alright?
All right. What checks would you need me to make for this bad boy?
For healing on the poison, so this will be another heal check on this, assumedly, and I assume you're going to cast Healing Lore Call once more.
Healing lore call. Well.
Oh no, never mind. It lasts 10 minutes, so you don't need to. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, hold. What level are you for cleric?
I'm level 5.
It says 10 minutes. So that's 50. Never mind. Yeah, you don't have to. Never mind. You're good because that's 50 minutes.
Gotcha.
Just making
So, yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
so
give
my
me a heal check.
healing and my whatever. If I cast like healing spells, it'll also help with conditions like that. So here we go. Heal check. That is a very nice roll for a 30.
Hey.
What is with you and making DCs tonight? I don't really appreciate this.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. You crit like what 3-4 times today?
Yeah, that's fair. As you begin to tease don't tush. You begin to tease the poison out of the arm, little bit by little bit. These little swarms of these red-like spiders seem to kind of fall out of the arm, one after another, falling to the ground and causing it to almost lightly inflame, making the ground smoke as ice seems to immediately retreat away as the poison starts popping out, letting go of the arm instantly. As you begin to kind of work the arm and muscle, kind of moving it with your thumbs to kind of pressure the poison out. The arm does not regain a proper shape, but it doesn't lose. It seemed to take any more damage. As you notice, it still has the con damage to it, unfortunately. As you kind of mess with it, looking at you, take that it's probably due to the fact that the arm has not been reattached to the body yet. As you kind of look at it, but otherwise, you're pretty sure you got the poison out of it as you shove the last bits of it onto the ground.
All right, Ned. Poison's removed from this bad boy. Let's strap this thing back on.
Now, my question: how are you planning to put it back on? Because as you look at the wound, you just scabbed over, so you're gonna have to tear the scab off. But two,
Oh, this is gonna fucking suck.
his shoulder is slightly shattered, given he shoved a spear through it.
Healing magic is a marvelous thing.
Magic.
Yeah, I guess technically you're not wrong. You're all right. Bones can't have forgiven you. All right. Are you gonna? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Under.
Like Idricali like steps in, is like try it directly, like with save your spell magic. I have infinite time to just absorb the mana around us.
Cider walks over and kind of takes hold of the arm and looks to you, Kez, to start guiding him where to shove. Basically, as his hands start to lightly glow with magic.
I was more like trying to reconstruct the shoulder, so because he's obviously going to be way better at the actual surgery portion of it.
Listen, I have
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think I have I have two. All right. You know what? Yeah, let's work together, my friend. All right. How much? All right. Put it right here. You're gonna line it like this.
Yeah.
And
It's like- I have healing magic, but I don't have heal. Like I don't know how bodies. Like,
Yeah, so he's got to basically guide you as you're using healing magic to make sure this doesn't hurt.
Good luck, Ned. Godspeed.
All right, Ned. I require 1 fortitude save. I require a heal check from Kez, and then Eider, whatever you're rolling to pump points into him.
Oh, I just use spellfire levels.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll. I mean, technically, you only have to use 1 to restore the bone because he's already healed full. So.
All right. That'll be a.
In Ned's
25.
other hand, he is holding his quarterstaff. If this hurts too bad, Kez might get bonked.
25 heal check.
Well, Ned, you don't get a chance to bonk as you find yourself once again falling unconscious from the severe pain of having an arm reshoved into a joint.
I lift it and just
Kez, you feel something lightly tap the back of your head as Ned then falls over, his lightly landing on the ground. As Kez, or as Eider kind of goes with him, pulling the arm onto him.
I just make eye contact with Kez. They're like, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I wish I had something I could have knocked him out, but I don't.
I will say
that's the worst part about healing people on the battlefield.
With the heal check, I won't do a necrosis or anything on that since you're using actual healing magic to keep him out for the spellfire point.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind though. Without the magical healing, normally you would have that as part of this for disease.
Oh yeah, straight up. I would never reattach limbs without magical healing. That'd
Figured.
be foolish.
But as Eider kind of uses his weight slightly to kind of lean now on the shoulder, as Kez kind of guides him along, you two get the arm into the joint, and as the joint kind of re-heals itself up and the skin kind of reattaches with Eider's point of spellfire kind of tossed into there, Ned, you find yourself kind of a few moments later kind of fluttering awake as your arm feels really numb and tingly. And as you start to move it, it hurts like you've got 1,000 needles poking at it, like your leg's just fallen asleep from sitting on the shitter for too long.
Yeah, the reattached nerves will do that to you.
I would like to attempt to lift the arm and form a middle finger just right in place.
It's like barely up, but you manage to get the them half bent with the amount of weirdness and tingling sensation before after a few moments it seems to almost lock in that form as you get this weird middle finger stuck.
Hey, you know what, Ned? I'll consider that 20 gold that I won from you during the game payment. For this, you're good. Never mind.
Ned, hearing this and realizing that Kez seemed to be more excited about operating on you and getting to practice doing whatever he did while you were unconscious.
I never actually did this before. This went pretty well.
You kind of ran off, and that poison was gonna kill me.
To be honest, I didn't think I could do anything about it. But then I remembered I'm a trained doctor and physician.
I just fall out in apoplectic shock.
Eider falls over and lands next to Ned, just shock on his face just as much as Ned's.
Dom's just watching this from the distance, kind of keeping his eye on the village, but also just listening to all of this and making a visible face at that statement.
Listen, to be honest, I didn't know heal checks could heal poison, treat poison, but I do know that now.
As Kez remembers suddenly in the back of his mind falling asleep at the West Wind Clinic during Poison Week.
I was gonna say, you were trained by Utham's best medic.
Yeah, to be fair though, I as a person who rarely touched 3.5 ever in my life, didn't know that heal checks could be used to work with poisons.
They can only if you have so the way I run it is if you have specific professions, because it makes no sense that a normal adventurer would know it, but for specific professions like healer, doctor, or something like that, it makes sense that you would have that kind of information. So
yeah.
Dom looks down at the village, the rest of you kind of get yourself standing up and kind of wipe down, cleaned up, wiping the spear off Ned as you kind of put it away, reattaching your piece of moss onto your toga to make sure that it covers your shoulder a bit more. As you all calm down. I think, yes. Well, Eider, how much does your Spellfire heal?
Heals for 2.
2 points. So yeah, Ned, you gain 2 more extra points. You do not. Oh, well, no, they didn't cast any other heal checks on your body during the procedure. So you are at whatever HP you were before you lost or after you lost your arm, +2.
Oh, you
Well,
were
there's
missing
also
HP?
the 16 that I gave.
Ah, you did get. Well, no, you got that before you reattached the arm, so he didn't get his. Oh no, yeah, he did. He had. No, you had your temp HP back or your con back by then. Yeah, so never mind. The 16 would have been applied. My apologies.
Are you missing any HP?
So the 16 had gotten me back up to 30. Then I went back up to 50.
Okay.
So
At 50.
I am at 32 right now.
Gotcha. I'll spend like a quick minute just healing you up to full real fast.
All right, while you're healing him up to full, I'm gonna go check out the village with Dom.
How much HP do you need, Ned, to be up to top to be topped off?
It would have been 18.
18. Okay. So
I got
Eider,
that right now.
I was gonna say as Eider takes a minute to kind of flow it into you, not to outright overwhelm your body. As she kind of begins, as Kaz kind of walks over towards Dom to look down at the village.
And I would also like to move my arm around a bunch and try to
Flex it, get it back to get it off
regain
of.
feeling.
Yeah. You'll take it. It's gonna take you a minute to get the middle finger to go back down, but a little bit, a little bit, you'll get it going.
Okay, I can still hold the shield with the middle finger out.
It's kind of like pat Ned on I guess upper shed. It's like, scared me for a minute there, buddy. Glad you seem to be feeling better.
You don't even know the half of it.
Sorry I was taking too long. I just had to, lend it a hand.
Wait, does Kez
One
say
of
that
those
to Dom?
things suck the life out of me.
Wait, did Kid no? God
Wait.
damn it.
What did Kez say to Dom?
I said, sorry for taking a long time. I had to lend Ned a hand.
As he walks over as
Ned-
an introduction.
Dom was just like paying attention to the village, trying to think of a good course of action. Just slowly looks at Ned, smirks a little, and then coughs a bit to clear it up. Just like, I don't think he'd appreciate hearing that, but I can't argue that is a truthful statement.
It's fun. I have a shit-eating grin on right now.
Yeah, I think Dom does find it a bit amusing, but he's also very clearly serious about the mission, so he's like, if Ned's arm's functional, we need to determine if we're heading back to town to perhaps give some kind of warning there and have it dealt with by the town's guard, or if we're going in further. I didn't find anything but a bunch of spell scrolls. And as I say that, I'll pull one out to actually look at it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I
As you
didn't
two
see what
kind
the
of
spells were.
As you two start kind of looking into this, as Ned's kind of in the background, kind of flexing his arm, Eider trying to comfort him. Go ahead, Eider. Sorry.
Can I see Dom pulling out the spell scroll?
Yes, clearly.
One of them, yeah.
Can I yell at them? Don't fucking read it. It can
I'm
be
not-
cursed.
I'm not reading it out loud. I'm looking
No,
at it.
even reading it in your mind.
Well, then
How am I
are you
going to
supposed to
understand
figure
what these are then?
We take
As I, like,
precautions. Or you let me do
How
it
do
because
I-
I can absorb the spell if it hits me.
Then I open it up and I shove it towards Eider's face, just full open, read it.
I fucking read it, man.
For cover.
I'm like 200 feet
Ned,
away.
Ned turns and
No,
jumps
you're there.
away as Eider kind
20
of
feet away.
as Dom suddenly turns and runs over and puts it into Eider's place as Ned's trying to get scrambling to get away from this.
Read it.
Eider, give me a spell craft, I guess, to see if you recognize this spell.
30.
30. All right. You recognize both of the spell in their hand as summon swarm.
Oh, I hate that.
But it does not activate as you kind of read it in your mind.
Oh, cool. It doesn't have like a glyph or any bullshit on it.
Nope, it seems to be, as you kind of look at, this looks to be, underneath looks to be clearly a obvious, like, how normal wizards would use spell scrolls. It has a way of, like, pressing down on it to it, where your hands would, like, infuse magic from your spells to activate and burn the spell scroll.
Gotcha. Okay. I give Dom like a quick thumbs up. It's like, good news, it's not cursed. Bad news, that's summoned swarm. Double bad news. We suck at fighting swarms.
How about we just destroy all of the scrolls?
Well, we could also just sell them. Like,
I think the issue isn't the scrolls I have. The issue is this village has been, for who knows, at least the last week, if not the last several months, mass producing probably these and many others, which means that building, I point at the one that gets the shipments, because we didn't even go into the building that got the shipments. We went to a side building, is probably full top to bottom. So I suggest we probably burn it all down. Does anyone have anything flammable?
Well,
Ned snaps his fingers and casts Produce Flame.
now hold on there, Ned.
The middle finger that's still kind of lightly still pointing up suddenly ignites.
Hold on. Let me see here.
I
mean,
have flint and steel. I have...
We could use the summon swarm spell ourselves, or in defense of the city.
I mean, I think raiding this is a good idea. The only problem is, whoever that figure was, it wasn't undead. What me and Aiter fought was a living person. Someone deranged.
Clearly diseased.
Diseased, yes. Knew we were coming, or immediately knew the second we stepped in. And the second we alerted it, I presume you guys got attacked by actual undead. Which means whatever caused Ned to amputate his own arm is probably full in this village. Which means if we
They're
go down
actual
to...
undead, but they also read of necromancer.
I will
Yeah.
say, Ned, your staff is still glowing.
Ah, shit.
It has not stopped
Oh.
this entire time.
If we
Well-
keep investigating this place to find information or useful things, we're likely to risk losing more arms or who knows what else. But I don't want to leave them to their own devices to keep producing hundreds, if not thousands, of summon swarm scrolls.
Real fast, I want to look at Dom's gauntlets, Ned's spear, and then Kez's shield.
They are all glowing.
Can I like slowly turn to him and say, "They're about to ambush the shit out of us."
To be
It's been
fair,
like this.
I know Dom's gauntlets weren't glowing on the cliff earlier, but he did have them glow while in the town prior, right?
But they weren't
Yeah, I mean-
glowing
It's not-
whenever we fought the guy in the building. Remember?
No, they weren't yet because he wasn't undead.
But
Yeah,
they're
it's
glowing now.
crazy. So that means there, at least for my shield, that means there's undead with hostile intent towards me, at least.
Let's get
Look,
one of
I
the buildings.
say,
Yeah, let's just burn it.
we burn it, we destroy it. There's probably a bunch of cultists if they're not all diseased and insane, and we just destroy everything.
Counter
I
offer?
don't-
Let's hold up in one of the buildings so it's a lot harder for them to swarm us.
Well,
2
do you want
points!
to go to the big one? Go to the floor of the big one? Good floor. I think based off the map, if we go on the main road, you get into like the top level of that large building because it's like
Map.
lowered in the dock. So yeah, theoretically, we could just like break into the top floor of that place.
For those who need the map again, there you go.
Thank you. I was like scroll.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
oh
was
god,
like,
it's
All
When we
you gotta do is
come
ask.
down
I
from
got
the map, we
you.
can come down from the top or bottom. Me and Ida came down from the bottom. We could come down from the top, look at that small building, and then like jump into the top one. I still think we should burn
So
it down.
the building that we're currently at is bottom right?
No, you're not in any of the
No,
buildings. You're on the
we're on the
top. You're on
cliff.
the cliff side again. You guys retreat back
Okay,
up to the cliff.
Well,
yeah.
where was the building that they fought that giant at?
that tiny bottom left one?
Yeah.
Tiny bottom.
The
Yeah,
one
the
that's
very-
like
the
slightly
single one.
crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I can circle it
Gotcha.
if you can't figure it out.
Yeah,
but yeah.
it's the essentially the bottom middle.
Yep.
Yeah, right along the main road.
Sick. All right, yeah, that's cool. We could burn it. and
Well, that
maybe-
one's been cleared.
Well,
that
isn't-
one's
Well, isn't there
safe.
spells in there, or is there no spells in there?
No, I took all the spell scrolls in there.
Oh, okay, sick.
So that would be like the one building that we've already cleared out to be safe to hole up in. But it only has one entrance, so we'd be cornered.
Problem with burning it is we also get rid of any information that we might actually be able to get from this place.
Yeah,
I-
no worries.
It's a great last resort, but
Oh yeah, no. I assumed there was, tons and tons and tons of spell scrolls. That's what I was led to believe. Never mind then.
Well, Dom's saying that the large building is the building, like the one at the top with the boats, is the one that's been getting papyrus shipments. So if there's more spell scrolls, that building's likely to be like full of them. The little shed we found only had one crate. But
Well,
Dom's warning that this building, probably based off like his estimation of them at least working for like a week or so,
and
probably
for
has like
player knowledge, to note for those who may have forgotten that have taken a bit of a break for a little while, as we have had some players have come in and out here. Spell scrolls are extremely expensive. Even the cheaper end ones can run between 1,000 to 4,000 GP per use, and that's like we're talking cantrip and first level in some cases. Like they are stupidly expensive to get for the daily person or the average person. Because GP is not even something most people can see in their day to day. The fact that there's just 15 of these spell scrolls lying around, as what Dom has currently gained in their inventory,
That's a small fortune.
is a small fortune, and it's in a fishing village with one guard that was easily killed. And I say easily given what you all have experienced in your adventuring career so far, because I know,
Yeah.
that's to be clear. You guys have fighting tombs and such, and you didn't find any spell scrolls, I don't believe. And here you just happen to find 15. This would be a small fortune of almost that'd be 15,000 GP minimum, at least.
The longer we wait, the more time that these guys have. I think we should continue on.
I agree. I don't think we could try to be stealthy, but I think at this point stealth might be out of the question. I don't think I'll be able to interrogate these people. They've gone mad.
Don't let them stab you.
like fiddle around in my bag, adjust my gauntlets and say, all right, worst case scenario, everyone stay within a little bit of a cone, and I can hit you with a little bit of a protection effect. At that point, run like hell.
I think, yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunate sons. My hand in the center of us all.
I reach up on my tiptoes.
Yeah, but let's do this quietly because I'm almost certain we're. Nah, they fucking know we're here. 1, 2, 3.
Dom does not shout out. Unfortunate
No. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunate sons. Woo.
I think Dom does we'll do the little hand motion with Kez. Sure.
As you
funny, I
kind
think
of do your break, as you do, as Kez seems to push for it, each of you getting in, as Eider has to stand up on his tiptoes and almost jump to join in. Ned, are you also joining in?
Very annoyed, but yes, middle finger still extended.
Glad to have you back in working order, buddy.
Ice
I'll,
kind of
like,
puts
pat
their
your
tail on. Ice puts their tail on your guys' hands as well.
Aw.
Yeah.
As you kind of do the 1, 2, 3 and kind of throw your hands up, quietly whispering it, as you kind of celebrate and break. All right, where we going? What's the plan here?
First building,
just-
I think.
Posing a question to the chat just because I remembered. The cart is lucky. It has the paint on it. Should we just full war chariot into town?
Listen. I don't think the thing is that we need to go inside the buildings.
Yeah, but if they jump us in the street.
I think it's just gonna waste time doing the thing.
Nah. Okay, yeah. Are we coming down from the bottom or the top?
Let's do the top since.
I think the top is the best.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, should we go from the bottom since we've already got one cleared out?
I suppose it's a good argument. Admittedly, we have a safe spot we can go to if we start getting fucking ambushed.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of start to.
Mhm.
With that, then, as you guys kind of start to circle around with that kind of coming to an agreement and following down to the southern path, following towards or over by that house, as you come to a stop next to the house that you had cleared, kind of looking inside, the still heavy smell of licorice coming from outside of it. Looking inside or looking to the other buildings, the windows themselves, all the glass, though slightly fogged, looks to be completely dark. No lights, no candles, no signs of any movement or any sound or any sounds that seem to kind of catch your attention as you lot come walking down. Your items can still stay glowing though.
Dom would still attempt to be stealthing. I would be like still next to the group, but like a little bit back
Alright.
to kind of stay hidden, just so like I can maybe sneak up on an enemy even if the others alert it.
Okay, give me a move silent and a hide check.
Yes, will do. Okay.
I glow like a light bright, so
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll blind them, and then I jump in with my 10-foot reach and just knock their lights out. Let's see, my move silently was a 25, and then my hide was a 16 again.
All right. As all of you kind of come to a stop down at the bottom of the hill, looking about, the only sounds of the chilling sea kind of moving in and out in the darkness. It's at this point almost pitch black outside for those who do not have dark vision. Or low light vision. It is dark as all hell as the clouds continue to storm over, and now a heavy snow kind of starting to pour down on you all as the wind picks up. A nice 10 degrees here on the coastal line.
For those of us with dark vision,
You begin to see a faint glow coming from the big building in the top left, and begin to feel your weapons almost intensify as the magic seems to increase and expand. And that's where we're going to end session tonight. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed. And we will see you next time for Eider's Probable Death.
yay!